I feel like a lot of people get a little bit anxious about finding their soulmate.
Oh yeah. Gosh, yeah.
You know, they want it to happen as soon as possible. So to make that happen, they'll join 10 different dating apps, hit 14 different bars every weekend.
It's a numbers game,
Gotta
Jeffrey.
do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Scrawl their phone number on the wall of a public restroom in their own blood,
Haven't got to that point
hoping
yet.
somebody sees it.
You gotta put yourself out there.
Yeah, right.
There's a saying about this, though, that when you least expect it, love will actually find you.
I know. And
And-
it's true, because I'm always like, okay, act like you don't expect it. Act like you don't expect it. And it's never came.
Well, apparently, that's what happened for one of our listeners, Derek. And we've done so many of these, I've never heard of a couple meeting this way.
Really?
So this is pretty crazy, but Derek's on with us. Derek, what's the girl's name, and how did you meet her?
Her name is Katie, and I actually met her because she came knocking at my door.
What?
Shut up.
What?
Really?
She just came up and knocked
Yeah.
and was like, hi, I'd like to be in a relationship with you, stranger.
Hi, love your life. Nice to meet you.
Either that or she was selling Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, let's
There we
hope
go.
she wasn't love
Yeah,
of his life then.
Let's get more details. What happened?
No, it was my doorbell was ringing, and there was knocking, so I was just like, "Who's that?"
You sound like a pretty chill dude.
Yeah.
So, because that sounds like a panicked person at your door if
Yeah.
the knock and the doorbell are going at the same
That's
time.
true.
Yeah, she actually was pretty panicked. She asked if she could come in because someone was following her.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
That's so
Oh my
scary.
God.
This is
Gosh.
super scary. What happened?
You let her in?
Yeah, she seemed pretty freaked out, and I didn't want to leave her out there.
Oh my God. Honestly, if the best option is a stranger's door,
Oh yeah.
It's going
something
down.
bad is happening.
Yeah.
Seriously.
What happened next?
Well, I let her in, and I had her sit down at my dinner table.
Okay. Did she want to call the
Right.
cops or something? Was like her ex after her?
No, I asked her if I could call the cops for her or anybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, she said she was good.
Whoa.
And after things calmed down, we got to know each other.
Okay.
It was kind of weird because, like, we were vibing. In the movies, you see stuff like this.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but they say that like those really intense situations, like if you go skydiving with somebody or you have this big adrenaline rush, it can really like bond two people together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
could see it.
But she was the only one that was having the...
Well, I was pretty freaked out for her, too, so I was kind of nervous myself. I didn't know what to do. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to put
Yeah.
myself in your shoes, Derek, and that would be a pretty intense situation to open the door and then have those problems come into your house and
Yeah.
having to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, good on you.
I'd be like, someone's
For real.
chasing you, and I'd shut the door.
What?
And be like,
What kind of
Don't
say
I'll
you?
call the cops. I just don't want her in my place. She's gonna come after me.
You're joking.
No,
you
I'm
two.
totally kidding.
I don't know that you are. I can't tell.
Sorry, Derek. So
Anyway.
you were talking to her, helping her calm down, and you felt like you were having a connection?
yes, it's just one of those unfathomable things that happen, and then you just sitting there like, she was laughing and giggling. So,
Good
Okay.
thing you were there.
Wow.
So you're able to turn her mood around.
yeah.
How long did she end up hanging out at your place?
Well, she was there for about a half hour, so I just wanted to make sure she was calm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a weird time to ask her out on a date, right? Did you ask her out then?
Oh, I didn't think of that. This is
No,
great.
I didn't ask her out.
Okay.
Probably strong.
I just asked her if she needed a ride home, and she said, no, thanks.
Oh.
So,
Hmm.
So did she ever tell you like exactly why she was so frantic?
no, the only thing she told me was that she felt like she was being followed by somebody, and she
wow.
wouldn't go into any details about it.
Okay.
I didn't want to push it.
Yeah,
Right.
no, totally. Let her be comfortable with whatever she wants to share.
So how did your interaction end?
Before she left, she touched my arm. I work out a lot. She touched my arm, and
You were flexing. You were
Uh-huh.
flexing.
He's like, everyone does it.
You saw the touch coming. You're like, yeah.
I had to flex when she touched it.
Of
so-
course.
Of course,
Yeah.
bro. Of course.
So I gave her my number, and I told her when she got home to just text me and let me know if she got home.
Oh,
Okay.
dude,
Okay.
that's great. I do that too. I think it's a really good move, especially in her situation.
Well, and you can continue
He's
your
just-
conversation
yeah.
that way.
yeah.
Did she follow up on that?
Yeah, 20 minutes later, she texted me back,
Oh,
and
good.
she just said that she's home and thank you for helping me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, ever since that, I can't stop thinking about her.
So have you asked her out? Have you asked her to go out on an official date where people aren't chasing her?
It's like you can kind of read through text messages, and I don't feel like she wants to reciprocate it like how I want to. That's why I reached out to you guys. She said she's only a couple blocks away, and right now I'm thinking about moving. And I know it's kind of crazy, but I don't want to be 40 minutes away if there's potential here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You
so you're
really
saying
liked her.
You'd stay where you're at if you knew she was close?
Well, if they were going to maybe be in a relationship, I can
Yeah.
understand that.
Yes.
Yeah, if she wanted to reciprocate it, so.
I don't know. I think you move, man. I think you move
What?
and then you wait. And if she comes knocking on your door again, then you know that it was fate.
Yeah,
universe.
that is expecting a lot from the universe, Jeffrey.
Yeah, move 6 times, and if she finds you at each house,
Wow.
then it's certain.
Marry her.
Yeah.
You'll live a lonely life.
All right.
That's what you need.
Well, let's do this. Okay, we're gonna play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Katie for you, and we'll try and get you your second date. All right, ma'am?
Thanks for this. I was kind of worried that you guys weren't going to do this, so.
No, you do it for a living.
We got you.
Yeah, we got you,
We'll
man.
help you out.
Just hold
I'm
on.
kind of excited.
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
too. This is interesting.
All right. Everybody knows the classic romantic fairy tale where a beautiful damsel in distress, locked away in a tower, gets saved by a gallant, handsome knight in shining armor. He rescues her from the throes of danger. They fall in love and live happily ever after.
That's the fairy tale.
The
bro.
lies we were told as children. All right.
Most of the time, the damsel doesn't knock on the front door of the knight's castle and ask to be let in.
You know what, though? I like a forward damsel.
Yeah.
You know me.
Because that's actually what happened to one of our listeners, Derek, who helped a woman named Katie after she knocked at his door and asked to be let inside because somebody was following her.
Nice.
Why doesn't this happen to any of us, guys?
I'm about to start knocking on doors.
Yeah. We need people to just help us out.
We have people knock on doors. Or Jehovah's Witnesses, Jeff.
Yeah.
No,
And that's, I guess,
not the
different.
damsels I'm
What
looking
I'm
for.
Okay, not
But
looking
now
for love.
we're going to try and call Katie and see if there's any romantic connection that she's feeling with Derek, because he definitely felt a little bit with her.
Yeah, for sure. Derek, are you nervous? How are you feeling?
It's not every day you get a girl just coming up, knocking on your door.
Yeah, and she touched your arm, bro. That was big.
Yeah.
Yeah, just thinking about it.
I mean, Derek, we didn't ever ask. Like, do you know that she's single?
Oh.
Well, I didn't see any rings or anything on her finger, so.
She's not married, still available.
She wasn't branded. So,
Yeah.
Like the damsels.
yes.
Well, maybe this is a good question to ask her.
Yeah, it could be a simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to call her number and we're going to try and get your second date. You ready, ma'am?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I'm looking for Katie.
this is she.
Hi, Katie. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Good. That's good to hear.
Can I ask why you're calling?
Of course you can. We're doing a segment on our show called A Second Date. Have you ever heard of that before?
Yeah, I have heard of those before.
Okay.
Oh, you have? That's so great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good.
We don't get that all the time.
Thank you for listening, Katie.
I don't think I've heard you guys do it. I've heard other shows do it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I am retracting my thank you.
Yeah, that's all right. But I guess you're familiar with how this works. It's where if you go out with somebody and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to that person for you to try and figure out the reason why they've been avoiding you.
Then why are you calling me?
Well, because a guy reached out to us that technically you didn't really go on a date with him, but you did have an interaction with him and he felt a connection during it. His name's Derek. Do you remember Derek?
Eric. No.
He's kind of a
Really?
hero.
Oh,
He kind of
you-
saved you.
You went to his house and knocked on his door?
Frantic.
Oh,
Like he told
I'm
us
so
a big
sorry.
harrowing story about how you guys met, that you felt like you were being followed and you knocked on his door in a panic, hoping to be let in just to get away from
Yeah.
whoever was following you.
I'm so sorry. Let me interrupt you. I am not interested, and I think there was a disconnection there. So I'm not interested. Thank you for calling me.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
That's okay if you're not interested, but Derek told us that he felt like there was a flirtation going on when he let you inside and, gave you shelter.
You touched his arm.
Shelter in the store?
Well, no, shelter from the bad guy following you. What, is that not right? Okay.
I got you, Jeff.
He-
What a weird-
When he let you sit at his table.
Derek read the room wrong, is what it sounds like. I mean, Were you attracted to him at any point? I know that your mind was probably on other things.
Other things, Brooke. What are you talking about? You
not
speak
how that's
so
said.
weird.
It's honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal that it's being made out to be. I may have given off that vibe, but I just am kind of a gregarious person. So
I don't know what that means.
really, honestly, I'm not interested or available.
You only go after Greg's?
Wait.
No,
Yeah,
gregarious
what
means friendly, effervescent,
Oh.
outgoing.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
If you're getting followed.
He said you were
scary.
panicked, not gregarious.
No, nobody's following me.
Oh, so you lied?
Then why were you knocking on his door?
This is gonna make me sound really bad.
You lied.
What happened?
Well, we live in, nearby neighborhoods, and it's gonna sound awful.
It's okay. No, we love awful. Awful is our
Right.
kind.
See, you should listen to our show more.
Yeah,
This
we're
might go
awful.
on air.
Well, I had heard through the grapevine from our neighbors that Derek was planning on potentially putting his house on the market soon, and I just didn't know if he had a real estate agent yet.
Shut up.
I don't get it.
I'm a realtor,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh,
I have to preface this by saying, it was obviously an extreme way to meet a potential client, but it's a tough market right now. And, I'm married. I've got kids. I have to help with my family. And so it was just an opportunity.
oh my
You acted
God.
like you were being followed just so that you could sell his house?
Oh, that's okay. Now I get it. I was like, no one has told me what's going on. So, but now, oh
Yeah.
my God! So you tried to use him
Well,
Wow.
yeah. Yes.
potentially?
That's close enough, Jose.
Oh wow! I don't like
You'll
it
get there.
now.
You'll
Yeah.
get there.
Oh, I'm gonna think about this
Katie.
for longer.
Okay, so nobody was following you. You weren't in danger. You were just trying to find out if he already had somebody lined up to sell his house for him.
Yeah, I mean,
Ugh.
I haven't told him. I decided to step back and kind of ditch that entire plan. I'd seen a real estate card on his counter, and we, talked briefly about it. And so I just let it be and chalked it up to a weird and wild idea and bad experience. But we never had a conversation about me potentially representing him.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Okay,
Katie, you are sneaky.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I mean, at least you did officially
Yeah.
sign up with him.
But I gotta let you know, turns out Derek's also a little bit sneaky.
Yeah,
he is.
Because I need to tell you, he's been on the other line listening to everything that you said, and now he wants to
What?
talk to you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Derek?
Katie, are you kidding me? You're
I am-
married?
Yes, I'm married. I am so sorry. It's, it is a tough market.
Oh
and
my God.
your home is so beautiful. And I thought I could really get
You're
some
nuts.
strong offers in there for you if you didn't have representation, but I saw that you did. And so I just let it go.
No. Wow. I didn't see a ring on your finger when you came into my place. So,
Oftentimes when I'm doing real estate stuff, I take the ring off. It's just easier for conversation.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my-
Wow.
Katie.
wow. You're not a
That's
good
actually pretty
person.
common in our industry.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Is it?
I could see it.
I mean, it might make me buy a house.
Men are easy to trick.
Yeah.
That is true. We are easy.
But isn't there a better method? I don't know, knocking on the door and saying, "Hi, I'm Katie. I'm a real estate agent and I would like to help you."
Boo.
I'm just
Next.
boring.
Next.
That approach often doesn't work. You would be surprised how many people just slam a door in your face. And I don't know, the idea just kind of came into my head. I thought I would try it, and it just went horribly wrong. But that still doesn't change the fact that I can guarantee that I can get a higher price
No.
sold for him than his current agent.
Oh,
Oh.
You're still selling?
Whoa.
Derek,
Absolutely.
what do you think?
I'm dumbfounded. People have to trust you. There's no trust. You lost that trust, and you should have just came out and asked me that like a normal person, but you probably on some meds or something.
Trust is an interesting thing, Derek, but how much is it really worth? I mean, to you, the sale of your home, is it worth an extra $20,000, $30,000, maybe $40,000? Because that's what I could do for you.
A lot
Wow.
of money.
She can trick buyers for you.
Oh, you're good. I'll definitely have to think about that.
Oh my
Oh.
Got him on
What?
board.
If she could get me 40 grand more,
I mean,
I'm down.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will say She has some creative methods.
She
Yeah,
does.
She's going to tie herself up in the closet during the open house. See how it goes.
That's pretty funny, but it could be even, potentially more than 40. So I'm glad we had this conversation. And Derek, you got my number.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, this is going a lot better than it was just a couple minutes ago. So at this
for
point,
real.
I mean, I would normally ask to
can't
send you
go on
guys
a
out on a
date.
second date.
Yeah, but like a business coffee or
Yeah,
something?
I
Can
mean,
we do that?
Katie's
Bring the husband.
married. I don't
Bring
know
the
how.
husband,
Well,
the
how
kids.
serious is the marriage? Maybe I should ask. Is it?
Yeah. How serious is it?
Does he have bigger arms than Derek?
Oh, I bet not.
I mean, are you really that attached to your kids?
Oh my God, you guys. We are not asking a married woman if she wants to go out with Derek.
Okay.
50 grand.
No. You can ask her if she wants to be his real estate agent.
All
and
right.
That's the line, man.
Fine, we'll do that. How about we send you guys out on a business meetup to discuss
Yeah.
potential realty?
There you go.
What do you say, Katie?
I think that sounds fantastic.
Oh, she loves
course
it.
you
All right.
Yeah.
Katie's on board. Now, Derek, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm down, and then we'll see what happens.
No, Derek. Derek, married. Nothing's
just-
going to happen.
Is it weird that a lady faked being chased around and now she's ending up $50,000 potentially richer from it?
I love it. It's inspiring.
Girl's got it.
I don't know. You guys wouldn't have opened the door, is what you told us earlier. So maybe,
I learned my lesson.
yeah.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
For today's second date update, a listener named Drew is on the phone, and he says he had a very awkward first date with the girl that he wants to call today, although I don't know why it's awkward. It sounds amazing to me. His email said she didn't say a word. So, dude,
That
I
is
would
so
love
awkward.
that. No conversation at all. That sounds amazing, Drew. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Not too
Oh my
bad.
God, even just Jubal's short description of that,
That sounds terrible.
it sounds awful.
Yeah, it was very, very, very strange. I mean, I guess I should start from the beginning.
Yeah, or just tell people how they can get this girl's number so they can go out with her. They're interested in someone who doesn't
one
need to waste time with words on a first date, you know?
You are the only one that hates talking.
No, I know. Well, it got built up to like such a big point, but so I started talking to this girl named Bonnie off of like an online dating site,
Okay.
and we just like chatting, just like how are you? Did you see this movie? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, normal, like, run-of-the-mill.
Yeah, just like a typical whatever.
Okay.
And then, like, after a few weeks, we're like, okay, maybe we should talk on the phone. And nothing changed from, like, transferring it over from text to talking.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, so we decided to meet each other in person. We're like, okay, we need to just do this. We need to see each other, whatever.
Yeah, what took so long? Why were you waiting so long?
I don't know. Like, we just kind of, like, scheduling conflicts. I would be busy. She would be busy,
Okay, so you finally figured it out, and what did you do?
Well, so we were like, let's meet. And she texts me like an hour before we're supposed to meet up and says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I double booked myself. I was supposed to do this thing for my job, and
Okay.
I'm sorry I can't meet up. I was like, okay, no problem. So then we planned to hang out a couple of days later. And then she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sick.
Wait, this is the second time she's bailed.
Yeah. And I was like, now it starts to sound kind of like a scam. Like,
Right.
Like,
she's just blowing you off and never actually wants to get together.
yeah, but then I'm like, if you want to blow me off, then just blow me off.
Right, because she's investing a lot of time talking to you and texting with you.
Planning dates.
It's almost like you guys are in a relationship before you even went out on a date.
Yeah, and I honestly was falling for her really hard. I was still like kind of in that like enamored phase. Like I'll still have hope that she still wants to see me, whatever. And then we finally decide on a third time to actually go out on a date, and she shows up with this index card that says, "I'm sorry, I can't talk. My voice is gone."
Oh my
So she-
Oh my God,
She actually showed up to your date, and she couldn't speak.
I've never. It was like a David Lynch movie or something. I just didn't know how to react to it. I was just like, "What the?"
Yeah, why even show up?
Well, I mean, she didn't want to cancel on him again because she's already canceled twice. I think that it's nice that she followed through, but she didn't give you a heads up before that?
No, that's honestly like if someone shows up with an index card, like that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And the thing is that she's actually gorgeous.
Okay.
Good.
It's just this weird thing where, like, I just kept talking to, like, I tried to talk my way out of it.
So your whole date was her sitting there and you talking to her, trying to have a conversation with...
She would nod. And then I'd be like, well, don't you want to just, like, go home if you're sick or whatever the heck is going on right now? And then she wrote, yes, sorry.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I would think it's a good thing for you that she wanted you to know she was interested enough to still go on a date when she couldn't talk to you.
Well, I mean, can't she just text me then? Why are we using index cards and wasting paper? Like,
obviously, she already canceled on you twice. If she cancels on you a third time, then you're going to think that she's lying or she's catfishing you, and you're not going to ever talk to her again. Of course she had to go out on the date.
I'm not saying that she shouldn't have gone on the date, but, like, it wasn't enjoyable. I was just literally just blabbing, like, just on and on and on and on.
Okay.
Well, I don't
so
get
why
it.
do you want to call her for a second date then?
Well, the reason that I want to call her is because I don't know if she's telling the truth or not.
Oh, you think that the index card was a lie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why do you think it's a lie? Why do you think she didn't want to talk to you?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that she might be, like, hiding something. I have no idea.
When's the last time you heard, well, I don't know if you heard anything, but when's the last time you guys talked or typed, whatever you do?
Not since the date. I haven't heard from her.
So you guys went from talking every day to absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, whatever is wrong with her voice obviously has affected her texting.
It's affected her texting fingers, too. She can't even type to you.
I just want to figure it out. I just want to know.
Okay. Well, play a song, then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thanks, guys.
If she's talking. We'll
Yeah,
see.
right? That would be kind of a bad part for us.
We'll do it next. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Drew is on the phone, and I'm really pulling for Drew today because I think that he went out with wife material, for sure. Because he went out on a date with a girl, didn't say a word the whole time.
That's not a good thing, man.
Yeah,
Apparently, she had something. She was sick and she couldn't speak. So when she showed up to the date, she actually had an index card written on it that said, hey, I have no voice. And they sat there for a little while. He did all of the talking and then said, if you're sick, you should go home. And she wrote on her little index card, yes. And then she went home and he hasn't heard from her since. More than anything, though, he just wants answers because he feels like she was faking. Drew, are you ready to give her a call?
Yeah, man. I'm just worried I'm being catfished somehow. Like,
How are you being catfished when you've seen her in person? You guys have talked on the phone. Like, what is the catfish? She's suddenly going to have a man voice, and now that's even being considered catfish?
I don't know. Maybe her twin sister is in jail and they have different voices and she's leaving. I have no idea.
You really thought into
jaded,
it.
man. You are super jaded. I feel like you need to take a break from internet dating.
I don't know. That'd be kind of
Well, I'm going to, but I need to, like, solve this case.
I'm pulling for the twin sister in jail story. That would be
awesome.
That'd be great for the show.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, see, I just want to know.
Okay.
Okay, are you
Well-
going to feel bad if she was actually sick?
Maybe, but even if she really was sick, then she would have reached out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure it out for you, okay?
All right, man.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I was looking for Bonnie.
this is Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
From a radio?
Yeah. Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, it's the name of a morning radio program.
Why?
Why? I don't
really
know. That's
good
just the
question.
name we gave it.
We never mentioned it.
It
Why
seems
are we
simple.
calling you? Is that what you're wondering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were just wondering why we named it that. Calling you today because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after, they can email us and we'll get you on the phone and see if we can find out what happened. So you went out with a dude named Drew.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Drew emailed us and told us a little bit about your date, that you guys met online, you talked a bunch, and you finally coordinated a date, but when you showed up, I guess you had no voice.
True.
And she said that it was awkward because you couldn't talk, and then eventually he said, if you're sick, you can go home, and then you went home, and that's the last he heard from you.
Yeah, okay.
He also said that he really, really liked you and that you guys talked for like a month or something leading up to the date.
Yeah.
We did.
You don't sound like you like him as much as he likes you.
You sound bummed.
Yeah, it's okay if you don't like him. I think he just wants to know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't feeling good the day that we were supposed to have our date, and I didn't want to cancel on him. So I ended up going to the restaurant, and I got there, and I asked the hostess where he was seated, and I look over at the table. He's already there, and he looks nothing like his picture, nothing like any photos.
Wait.
What?
So you hadn't lost your voice? Because you said you just asked the hostess.
Yeah, I had not.
Oh.
And I was just trying to figure out what should I do. I mean, I've been talking to this guy for a month.
Wait, how?
So you feel like he catfished you or something?
I feel like he was trying to portray himself younger than he really is.
Oh.
And
what?
I didn't want to, I just felt guilty for leaving. So I was just like on the fly. I just asked the hostess for a pen and paper, and I'll just say, I lost my voice.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. That's quick
Wait.
thinking.
Very.
No, you guys, that's ridiculous. How different could he have looked? I mean, how old are you talking?
Are you kidding me? Like, easily could be my uncle.
Oh, man.
We're talking mid-40s. I'm in my mid to late 20s.
Oh, gotcha.
And the pictures on his profile were definitely in my age range. So when I saw him, it was quite traumatic. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. I don't know who this guy is. And he barely looks like his photos. I could kind of tell that it was still him.
Why not just cancel on him instead of sitting there acting like you can't talk?
Because all the time we had spent talking already, I felt guilty. I was trying to be nice. I didn't want to stand him up.
Yeah, but you don't owe anything to somebody who's lying to you. I mean, did he outright tell you that he was your age, or is it something you just assumed?
We never had the conversation, but his photos make him look younger. So.
Yeah. It's weird that he wouldn't ever bring that up. Like, if he knows he's using photos from 20 years ago, he's probably going to get caught.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't stay that long on the date, if that's any consolation for you.
He thought you might be faking.
Yeah.
Not having a voice. And I guess you were faking, but he did suspect that.
I mean, it is what it is. He was lying.
I'm not lying. You're lying, Bonnie.
Drew, you're supposed to wait.
What's going on?
Oh, Bonnie, that's Drew. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, but apparently he couldn't wait until I called him into the conversation, Drew.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, guys, but like she can't say that I'm lying. I'm not lying.
Well, how are you not lying if you put...
Those photos that were on my profile, yes, they were of when I was younger, but those were the best photos. I'm not going to put like a crappy photo of myself on the thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Why did you guys not tell me that he was on the line?
Why did you write on a note card like a sociopath and then say you couldn't talk? If that's what it is, then just say that. I don't know why you went around this crazy...
You know, Drew, I was doing you a favor, okay? I stayed. I could have left. You could have just been stood up at that restaurant like an average 45-year-old man, but I stayed.
Well, I might be
there.
older, but I'm not like a Hannibal Lecter type of person that writes like a... Why couldn't you just say that?
We don't know that.
Drew, it is kind of weird that you brought up the whole point of how she was gorgeous in real life. Didn't you at any point think like, ooh, I better let her know that I'm significantly older than the photos that I used?
Significantly.
Yeah, just add it in again.
Drew.
Well, it does sound like you're just like fishing for younger women by tricking them online.
No, I'm totally not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm taking the photos that I think best represent my personality.
That's not true. I'm going to paint a photo. I'm going to paint a photo for you. If you were to walk into a restaurant, blind date, and you were going to go meet a woman. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done.
Okay, let's have
and you were
her
supposed
moment.
to see a woman, and then this woman ended up being 65 years old. What would you do? What if she looked old enough to be your mother?
65
you look
years
old enough to be an uncle
First of all, you're
of
being
mine.
hyperbolic. Okay.
Oh, big words.
Oh, do you
Big
even
words.
know that? Do you know what
I'm not a f***ing idiot. Yeah. Yeah, I know
Are
exactly
you
what
sure
you're talking
you're not
about.
an idiot? Because you sound like a raving lunatic.
Oh!
That would actually go to a hostess and ask for a pen and paper and then write that like, sorry, I can't talk. Are you, like,
Oh, I'm
were
the
you raised by
lunatic,
wolves?
Drew. You're the one who called me on the radio, you idiot. What else? What else do you have to do?
You moron.
Oh my God, both of you.
I had called you, texted you, reached out, and you just thought you could just like do whatever the hell you want. And you, by the
I will.
greaterness of your voice,
Yeah.
I know that you feel like you're a very entitled person now.
Drew,
It's
Drew,
really
just
annoying.
settle it. Settle it.
Everyone
Drew,
chill.
how old are you? How old are you, Drew?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, that means you are really old.
Well, I sound a lot younger than you do, sweetheart.
Oh, dang.
Oh, I think we have our answer here, Drew. I
Wow.
think you know why.
I don't think we have our answer because you two sound like there's a lot of passion, and I would love to
Yeah.
see you guys go out on a second date. Bonnie, would you like a second date with Drew? We'll pay for it.
Why?
Why not?
Don't you want an older
Just
man?
Why?
Wait, now you're just mocking her?
Yeah.
He has
That is
he
exactly what
has
I'm doing.
nothing better to do.
Oh,
So
man.
you're actually 12, is what I'm hearing,
He's
Drew.
older, but he's not as mature.
I'm happy to do Drew a solid, and I can set him up with one of my mother's friends.
Oh, man.
Okay, Bonnie, thank you for your time. Drew, I'm sorry you didn't get your second date, but maybe update your photos online. Maybe that will help.
Yeah.
Shut up, ass. Why don't you update your photos? So you don't look so ugly.
I've tried, but there's nothing that can really help that. Maybe I can borrow your photos.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says that Drew sounds pretentious. It is pretentious because he's older.
Yeah.
You get a little more pretentious when you get older.
True, you get that money.
Oh,
You get that
really?
good 401k.
You missed today's second date update. This dude, Drew, wanted to call a girl named Bonnie. They met online and they talked for about a month, and then they agreed to see each other in person. And when she finally showed up for their date, she had an index card that said, "Sorry, I lost my voice," and she couldn't talk, so the date was cut short. He was suspicious and thought maybe she was faking, so we called, and she admitted that she was actually faking it to get out of the date because she said he looked 20 years older than his pictures online.
That was so
okay.
creative on the fly.
But listen, he never denied that he was 20 years older than his pictures.
Yeah, he didn't want
Which
to tell us.
seems like that means he's 30 years older than his pictures to me.
He just said they were good pictures of him.
Yeah.
A lot of people have good pictures from 20 years ago.
Right? Yeah. Don't
So
we
they
all?
got into a big argument about it and no date. They did not go out for a second date.
Yeah, well, she should have known when they were obviously taken on a 35mm camera.
Yeah. And remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5 presents. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
If anything, this second date update will be a lesson to the guys out there not to take a first date to a casino.
Why?
Don't do it. Do you guys remember the second date update we did with the last guy who took a girl to the casino?
Yeah, and then he gambled
He had-
everything away.
He had like a gambling problem
Yes.
and stayed at the table so long she went to the bar and met somebody else.
Yes.
Well, Timothy took his date Ivy to a casino as well, and it didn't work out very well for him, did it, Timothy?
No, I have no idea what happened. It was a good date, you know what I mean? And it just like blew up in my face.
Now, I read your email and you said things went bad at a certain point. It's not because you were like addicted to gambling and went crazy in the casino. Is it like explain what happened?
Okay, yeah, I'm totally not a drunk. I'm totally not a gambler. Like
That's
this
what
was
they
like,
all say before they enter the program.
Well, it actually seemed like it was good. You know, we went to fancy seafood dinner, and then we went into the casino, and we were at the roulette table, having a good time. She gets up to excuse herself. 5 minutes later, I get a text saying, "Had to go. Thanks for dinner."
What?
Yeah.
She left?
Yeah.
I will say, Timothy, y'all are going to make fun of me right now, but I am really sensitive to smoke, and sometimes if I'm in the casino, I can get sick.
I had to run home to get my inhaler.
My asthma.
I will be back shortly.
Just saying.
So she just left, and you've tried to get a hold of her since then, right? You've tried to take her out again.
Yeah. I mean, like, basically, I'm still at the table, and I texted her. I was like, "Are you still in the casino?" And then she just texted me driving home.
Weird.
So basically, I texted her again the next day. I was just like, hey, I had a good time. It'd be fun to go out again. Any chance? And she just texted back, I don't think so. And it was like all of a sudden, like, did I say something offensive or something? And I'm trying to like rack my brain. I don't think I did anything dumb. I don't know. I can't.
Are you sure? Are you sure you didn't get distracted at the table for too long and ignore her? That's what happened to the last guy we talked to, took a girl to a casino.
No, I mean, we're seriously like having a good time. Like, I wasn't like ignoring her. I didn't go into some weird black hole of gambling addiction.
Yeah.
And I didn't get too drunk.
You sound likable and and actually not crazy.
Is there anything that you can think of that you did on the date? Did you say anything to her?
There's one. Okay, so I did do something in preparation for the date that I don't usually do that I did that may have backfired.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's creepy.
What'd you do?
Sorry.
It is creepy.
No, I mean, like, I was just kind of like, looking for the date, and I quit smoking, but I used to smoke a lot, and so I had my teeth bleached.
You had your teeth whitened.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's not bad.
I did that after I quit smoking too.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that episode of Friends where Ross gets his teeth whitened and it's like glow in the dark white.
Is it that bad, or are they just a whole new shade of white, or can you see them from miles away?
I'm pretty, like, naturally dark complexion, and I think the new color of my teeth is a little bit shocking, and I have pretty, like, straight teeth, and so, like, all of a sudden it looks like I'm wearing, like, crazy dentures.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I don't think even if she thought your teeth were like veneers and you were fake or whatever, that's enough to get a girl to just leave you in the middle of a date. She probably won't want to go out with you again if she doesn't like the way you look, but I doubt she's going to just ditch you.
And she hung out for hours.
I hope, I mean, like, we had a good time, but I started feeling kind of self-conscious. Like, I'd go to the bathroom and kind of, like, look at myself and, like, oh, my God.
Maybe it's in your head then. Well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
Cool.
All right, hang on, man.
Get jazzy on. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
This whole time, I've been picturing Timothy, the guy doing the second date update, like some character out of a bad mobster movie.
Why?
He's just at the casino with these blazing white teeth.
Oh.
I picture him with, like, some shaded glasses and a big butterfly collar on.
Few gold chains.
Yeah, they call him Timmy the Tooth.
Timmy the Tooth.
Timmy the Tooth. What's up, man? Are you ready to do the second part of your second date update?
Yeah, I'm ready.
If you're just tuning in, Timothy called us about a girl named Ivy. He took her to the casino. Things were going all right. They were at the roulette table. She said, I'm going to the bathroom. And then texted him, said, I'm driving home.
Yeah.
When he tried to get a hold of her again, she said, no, we're not going out. The only thing that Timothy can think of that could have turned her off is the fact that his teeth are incredibly white because he just had them whitened.
I feel like he's missing something that happened.
There has to be.
The thing is that guys necessarily aren't good at picking up on these hints. Did she at all act attracted to you?
She didn't act repulsed by me. Like, we were, I don't know, we were in that zone. We were in, like, a good first date zone.
That's usually what happens when you're in the good first date zone. They leave you in the middle of things and say they never want to see you again.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, you ready to call her?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Ivy, please?
This is Ivy.
Hey, Ivy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Who's this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning on the radio station moving 92.5.
Oh. Hi. Hi.
How's it going?
Kind of weird. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty
Good
good.
description.
Any idea why I'm calling you, Ivy?
No idea.
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with a friend of mine, a guy with very, very white teeth. He goes by the name Timothy, and you guys went out to the casino. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
That was a downward
All right.
tone.
Wow.
Well, Timothy emailed us about you because he really enjoyed your date, and he's wondering why you left in the middle of it.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
Well, okay, so he told us that, you guys went to the casino and you seemed to be having a good time. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of you guys playing roulette, you got up and said you had to go to the bathroom. And then you texted him and said, I'm driving home.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said something about later on, like, hey, do you want to get together again? And you said, absolutely not. So he clearly did something to upset you, right?
He told you all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. Yeah, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what did
Please,
he do?
Yeah, please tell us, because this one's killing me. He sounds like a normal, nice guy.
This was a first date, and he had a big, huge plan, and I was not into it.
Okay.
He like proposed marriage
All right.
over sushi or
Hey,
something.
Ivy, he says that the only thing he can think of that went wrong on the date was the fact that he had just had his teeth bleached a little while ago, and he thinks maybe that his ultra white teeth turned you off. That wasn't it?
No, he had fine teeth. What the hell? So we're at dinner. It was a nice dinner. And then they brought out dessert menus. And instead of ordering dessert, he pulls out, oh my God, he pulled out like a key card for the hotel in the casino.
Uh-huh.
What?
And puts it on the table. I'm like, what's that? You know? And he's like, well, I took the liberty of getting a room upstairs, and I have got some champagne, and I thought maybe we could go have dessert upstairs.
So he was trying to get you up to the hotel room already.
Oh God, and using a horrible cliche for all of it.
Nice.
Honestly, I was so shocked, and I didn't know what to do. So I just sat there and like was thinking about it the whole time in my head, and I'm like, starting to get pissed.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of girl does he think I am? But seriously, like,
Hey, Ivy, I know who we can ask what kind of girl he thinks you are, because Timothy, you Casanova,
You hornball.
he's on the other line right now. Timothy, you didn't tell us about the room key. That's a big detail to leave out.
Timothy's on the phone now?
Yeah, he is. Say hi to Timothy, Ivy.
Hi, Ivy.
So embarrassing.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal, and I did not think that you thought of it that way. Seriously, I was like, I ordered that hotel room as soon as we made the plans because I knew that we were going to drink, and I don't drive drunk. And when I went up to the hotel room, when I first got to the casino, it was really nice. There was like a beautiful view, and there was a mini fridge, and I was like, yeah, like I'll get some champagne. Like it would be super nice. And like I totally was not thinking like that it was creepy at all.
If it was like so platonic and everything, why not get 2 hotel rooms?
I just figured for myself, like I was going to stay there no matter what.
Oh, okay.
I just figured, hey, you know, like we're out here, I'll get a hotel room, no big deal.
You know, can I be completely honest with you, Timothy? I think that's a heaping pile of bullshit.
Yeah, girl.
It's just an excuse. You just wanted to get into my pants. So you're acting all noble, like, oh, I don't drink and drive. Honestly, don't sleep with me on a first date. You must have thought I was easy. You must have thought I was a just we're trying to get laid on a first date, and you can't make any excuses that are going to make up for that.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
not
In my defense,
Okay, wait.
Let me just say, in my defense, now your friends did say that I might get lucky, but that's not what I was thinking.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. But that's not what I was thinking. That's your friend. So you,
Ivy, do you think that your friends would have sold you out like that and told Timothy that you're a sure thing?
I don't care. All I know is it's insulting. It's ridiculous. I'm not so sorry, and it's the rudest thing that anyone has ever done on a first date, ever.
What?
Well,
okay, so let me just say, like, I think when I brought the key card out, I may have made it a little bit more of a joke. You know what I mean? Like
now he's backpedaling.
Like, want to go to my room? You know, like I did kind of say it like that, like kind of
Yeah,
like
right.
joking, you know.
Hey, Timothy, let's just stop where you're ahead, all right? Or not even close to ahead,
way
actually. Let me
behind.
just stop you. How about that?
Yeah.
Ivy, I would love to ask if you would like to go on a second date with Timothy. We will pay for it. I'm sure Timothy is down.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to go out with Timothy again? We will pay for it.
Well, let's see. Somebody who orders a hotel room on
Yeah.
a first date,
that's a very good point.
I'm going to go with no.
Oh, man.
Shocking.
That surprises me,
Why?
Ivy. Yeah, you sounded like you were smitten with the guy. Timothy, have you learned anything from the second date update?
Yeah. You know, I guess I'm just gonna have to be a little cooler, I guess.
Be a little slicker next
Or maybe
time.
just, go for it and just hire a lady for the evening.
Yeah.
So you know what you're getting into.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for a second date update today is shocked that a guy is not calling her back after he went on a date with her.
Whoa.
Why? Because in her own words, according to her email, she has never been blown off by a guy ever.
What?
And that's why they call her Sure Thing Amanda. Sure Thing Amanda is on the phone with us. What's up, Sure Thing?
I don't think that's what she
Hi.
Oh, she's fine with it. Okay, I lied.
Do they actually call you that? I just made that up.
No, but I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm just going to call you Sure Thing from now on. So you said that this is the first time you've ever been blown off by a guy and not gotten a second date.
Yep, this is the first time.
How is that possible?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how it's possible.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant, how have you never been blown off?
I don't know. It's just never had that happen to me before.
So this must be a very confusing time in your life, and I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that, Amanda.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the guy that you want us to call today. What's his name?
His name is Jimmy.
Okay, Jimmy.
So this is the story. So one morning, I was getting coffee before work, and I left the shop, and some guy, ran outside after me, and he was like, "You forgot this." And I turned around, and he had a comb in his hand, and I was like, "What? That's not mine." And he was like, I know. I just needed something to get your attention. I just wanted to talk to you.
Oh, okay. So it was a little trick to try to talk to you. So he showed you his
Right.
dirty, bacteria-ridden comb that he had in his pocket.
Well, I thought it was funny. It was clever, whatever.
Are you someone who often gets chased down in parking lots for dates?
Not chased down, but, guys asked me out.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
we got to talking, and he seemed cool, and that's when he asked me to hang out. And I said, well, I have work right now, but he asked for my number, so I gave it to him, and we texted for a few days, and Facebooked him, did the background check, all of that.
Yeah.
Right. So you did your due diligence to find out if he's a perv or not.
Right, exactly. So he seemed cool, so we set a time to, hang out for a date, and we went to dinner.
How was dinner? Was everything cool?
Well, everything was good except for one part that was a little bit weird. I told him I used to be a dancer.
Oh,
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
I know why you're always getting calls back. I get it.
Not that kind of dancer. I danced for a sports team. I used to dance for a sports team.
Oh, okay.
still.
Well, that's not quite the caliber of dancer I was hoping for. That's what I was going to say. Maybe he's not calling you back because you're not that kind of dancer. Then.
Well, but when I told him, he got this weird look after I said it, kind of like you guys did when I told you for the first time.
It's understandable.
And that's when I was like, oh, no, not that type of dancer. I used to dance for a sports team.
Yeah.
But then he seemed skeptical, like he didn't really believe me. So, I don't know, maybe he thought I was covering up that I really was that kind of dancer, but...
Is that why you think he's not calling you back? Because
he thinks you're a stripper?
I don't know. It could be. It's the only thing I can think of.
Are you insulted that a man thinks that you are a stripper?
No, I mean, I told him the truth.
Can I ask you a question, Amanda?
Yeah?
You don't sound like you're really that into this guy. Do you want to just do a second date update because he's the only guy never to call you back?
Kind of, yeah.
I don't blame you.
That's fine. I am all for that. It's weird when somebody doesn't, call you back after a date.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even need a second date. I just want to know why he called me. I mean, is that okay that I still do this?
Yeah, absolutely. It is. Why don't you tell us how everything ended with him?
Well, he gave me a kiss on the cheek, and we went our separate ways.
Did you make any plans for a future date?
No, he said, I'll call you.
Have you tried texting him?
No, I haven't texted him.
Oh, yeah, you'd never do something like that.
Well, I'm waiting for him to text me.
But maybe he just caught on to the fact that you're not really that interested in him, and so he thought, why even put the energy in?
I don't care. I just want to know why he's not calling me back.
Okay.
How long has it been then since your date? Since you haven't reached out to him, you're just waiting for him to call. It hasn't been like a day or anything, has it?
No, it's been like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's an official blow off then.
Yeah.
This is the first time this has ever happened to me, and I can't figure it out.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Amanda. Yeah, greet her, fellas. She's working for you. She wants a second date update because the guy she went out with won't call her back, and she is so upset. And she's about to take it out for everybody to see. Get your ones out. Amanda's taking center stage and gonna show us how a second date update is really done. Isn't that right, Amanda?
That's right.
Yeah. Why am I introing Amanda like that? Well, because she's a dancer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's not that kind of dancer.
Yeah.
But she thinks that the guy isn't calling her back because during their date, she was like, I'm a dancer. And then he gave her a weird look. Like you always hear when somebody just says they're a dancer, you're like, I know what that means.
Uh-huh.
And then she explained that she wasn't that kind of dancer, but she feels like maybe he didn't believe her. That's the only thing she can think of as to why he wouldn't be calling her back. She did also say that she's never been blown off by a guy before, ever. This is the first guy never to call her and ask for a second date. And that's more important to her than even getting the second date. She just wants to know why this is the one guy who wouldn't call her back. Amanda?
Yep,
You ready to get this thing going?
I'm ready.
And if he says
That's
something...
right, she
Okay.
is. Amanda is always ready. She lives by the motto, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And we're ready for some hot second date action.
You've been moonlighting as a strip club DJ, haven't you?
I want that job so bad. Okay, sorry, Brooke, you were saying something to Amanda before I started the music.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes back that maybe he's just been out of town for the last 2 weeks and there's a totally reasonable explanation, are you actually going to turn him down at that point?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes.
You sound actually pissed that this guy's not calling you back.
I am. I just want to know, like, of all the guys that I've dated, why is it this guy that's not calling me back? What reason does he have?
Well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now and get him on the phone and see if we can find out why, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Jimmy, please?
Yeah, this is Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio program.
Why's a radio program calling me?
Well, because one of our listeners actually emailed us and asked if we could get you on the phone. Her name is Amanda, and you recently took her out on a date. Okay. So Amanda
Holy cow.
emailed us and told us about your date. And she also said she really liked you a lot. And she's wondering why you're not calling her back. She said it's been like 2 weeks since you guys went out. She's been hoping you would call to ask her on a second date, but she's heard nothing. And she's wondering, is there...
I bet she did.
Whoa!
What
You
did
bet
you just
she
say?
did.
I said I bet she did.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, Amanda is, oh boy. Amanda is, she's something else.
We talked to her, just to let you know, we talked to her. She told us about meeting you. Thought it was really cool the way you...
Sure she did.
Dude,
She didn't sound like anything that... I mean,
Can I say she's a real pisser on the air?
Sure. What do you mean by that? Like she had problems?
She's a nightmare.
She's a nightmare? Did you say she's a nightmare?
She was a nightmare.
Why is she a nightmare?
Well, what did she tell you?
She just said you guys went out to dinner and had some good conversation, ended the date with a kiss on the cheek, and she was hoping to hear from you again. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, okay. Amanda is a very attractive woman, but I could tell everything about her from her food order.
What do you mean? Like she's a vegetarian and you just can't stand those people? Like I feel the same.
Oh, it's a lot worse than that.
Okay, well, what could be worse?
So much worse.
What did she do just ordering food that pissed you off enough to, like, call her a pisser or whatever?
Well, let me give you a blow-by-blow description. She started off by asking for bottled water, no ice, and it couldn't be tap water. It had to be bottled. She explained all this to the waiter.
Okay.
Why is that so offensive to you, though?
Oh, that's not offensive. That was just the opening salvo.
All right.
It got worse from there. Then she explained that she had certain dietary restrictions.
Like,
Couldn't eat any red meat,
Okay.
no gluten, no dairy, no fish that swim.
What? But crab
no
are
fish
fine.
that swim?
Yeah, now let that sink in.
So no gluten, no dairy, no fish that swim. She's a picky eater, obviously.
Yeah, I even asked her, I said, what do you mean fish that swim?
Oh, so she...
And she made this little wavy motion with her hand, fish that swim. I said, yeah, I know fish that swim. Don't all fish swim? No, there's some little fish that walk around, like shrimp, lobsters, anything with little bitty legs are okay.
Is that just because she has an allergy or something?
Who knows?
I thought you were just saying it like as a figure of speech when you were talking fish that swims. I didn't realize that was the exact words that came out of her mouth.
No, she actually said fish that swim. I was going to just take it at face value, but she went on to explain to me that fish that swim have a higher mercury content, and so if you eat fish that swim, you're slowly killing yourself.
You sound really upset about this.
I wanted to eat a whole fish right then.
Okay, so is it... all right, so she's a picky eater. I've never heard the fish that swims thing before. Why not?
Me either.
Why not go out with her on a second date, though? Is that the only bad thing?
Well, wasn't that enough?
I don't know. I mean...
This girl is high maintenance.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's a high maintenance issue.
Can I ask, because I'm just curious, what did she end up ordering for dinner?
I don't know, some sort of salad with water dressing.
You know something about her?
Water dressing?
With water dressing. So we talked to her about your date, and she didn't mention her dietary restrictions. But she did also say you're the only guy that has ever not called her back for a second date. You know that?
Yeah.
That's kind of hard for me to believe. I can't imagine all the other guys in her life have put up with that.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what, Jimmy? Thank you for being honest with us, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, and now I feel like I must be honest with you because Amanda is actually on the other line listening to this conversation.
Hey, what?
Yeah, I am here, and I'm hearing what you're saying about me.
Oh. Hey, Amanda.
I care about what goes in my body, and obviously you don't. It's not high maintenance.
No, I was caring about what went in your body in a completely different way than what you were thinking about.
Oh, sir.
Thank you for taking the words out of my mouth, Jimmy. I was hoping I didn't have to make that joke.
You're a jerk.
Dude, Jimmy, I will say, to stand up for her, what do you expect? The hottest girl you've ever seen to then go down a cheeseburger?
Thank
You can't have that body that she probably has and also mow down on cheese fries all the time.
Look, haven't you ever heard the phrase, no matter how hot she is, there's some guy that's just tired of her
Yes, I
For your information, I didn't even want a second date. I literally just wanted this to happen to find out why you didn't call me back, why you were such a jerk. Obviously, I'm the hottest girl that you've ever gone out with, so that's for you.
Look, I'm not going to lie. You're very hot, okay? But and I'd totally sleep with you once, but I just don't want to eat with you again.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, that leads me to my question. Jimmy, would you like to go on a second date with Amanda? There'll be no eating.
Hell no.
Okay. I was going to say, you guys, I would pay for you guys to go to dinner, but you don't even have to do that. You can just sleep together once. Not interested either, Amanda, huh?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're not missing out there, Amanda, whatsoever.
Clearly. You know what? You're just a low-class jerk, and you obviously can't handle a woman like me.
I don't want to handle a woman like you. I'd rather handle a woman that eats fish, that swims. And by the way, I don't care what you think. All fish swim.
Well, this was definitely not a successful second date update, but we can try to about today's second date update. But most of them missing the point
Yeah, it's a big
of
debate
actually
right
what
now.
was going on in the second date update, because most of the text messages that we're getting in are just wanting dates with either party, the guy or the girl from the second date update. Text in like this at 78592. That southern accent is so sexy. You can give him my number. Another text at 78592. that says, tell her to hit me up. Another text in at 78592 that says, I'm in love with Jimmy. Give him my number. LMAO. So everybody wants Jimmy's number. Jimmy did have a southern accent, but I guess nobody could pay attention to what was actually going on in the second date update. They're just like, he's dreamy. If you missed the second date update, this girl Amanda wanted us to call a sexy guy named Jimmy. Apparently, we know why she wanted him to call her back, because apparently he's the sexiest man on the planet, according to the text messages at 78592. And we got him on the phone, and the reason that he wasn't calling her back was because when they were out eating, she said, I have very strict dietary needs, and I don't eat any fish that swims.
And
that made him angry.
Yeah. And people are also pissed at her for that, because they're like, those are crustaceans that don't swim. All fish swim.
I feel like there's a lot of marine biologists that listen to the show.
It
We're
was
getting a lot of technical.
It was one of those ridiculous things that people say. I only eat purple fish, and only the ones that don't swim, and the ones that can blink. Can fish even blink? I didn't think they could. Yeah, there's two fish that can blink, and I eat only those ones. Yep. And she said it was something about the mercury in the water, and the fish that swim, according to her,
I don't think she knows anything.
have higher levels of mercury. Yeah. I don't know.
She's just trying to sound
Apparently,
smart,
it just comes down to him not wanting to go out with somebody who's a picky eater.
Yeah.
And a little bit high maintenance.
Yes, definitely. It's like when you go out with somebody who's like, I'm a pescatarian.
Yeah.
Whatever. You eat a little bit of meat. You eat fish.
Yeah, you eat fish.
But anyway, he didn't want to go out with her again. He said no, but he'll be fine because he's getting tons of text messages in at 78592 from people who just want to go out on a date with him because he had a southern accent. So I'm not worried about Jimmy. I am, however, worried about Amanda, that she's not going to be able to find anything to eat in the near future.
Yeah.
It's like, now I can't even eat the fish that walk. So I don't know, or the vegetables that grow. I'm not going to eat them anymore either. Remember, if you want a second date update, all I have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Nothing is more romantic than taking your date out into the wilderness and having them help you commit murder. I think that is probably one of the most beautiful ways you can experience time with the person you're on a date with. And that's what happened with Amelia, who's on the phone. Apparently, her first date with this guy named Greg, they went fishing together.
That's not murder.
A lot of fish died that day. I'm
that's
sure there's a lot of listeners out there that would agree with me. A lot of fish had to lose their life so that this couple could enjoy their afternoon. Amelia, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Did you murder a lot of fish that day?
No, you know what? Actually, we did catch and release. So the fish that we caught, we put back.
Oh, that's
so you
boring.
actually you mangled them is what you did.
Yes, we disfigured them for life.
Yeah.
All right, so your email said that this guy took you fishing. Was that fun? Are you a fisherman?
It was fun. No, I'm not a fisherwoman.
Okay.
I had never been fishing, but it was really fun. He actually suggested it because in my profile I say that I like nature and hiking and stuff. So I was like, absolutely, that sounds super cool. I'm open to new experiences. So we met at a state park where you can go fishing, and for the next few hours, I had the best time. I think genuinely it was one of the best and most fun first dates I've ever had.
Why
I
was
think
it
it's
so
such
good?
a great idea. I mean, you have so much time to talk, right? You can connect on that level for sure.
Exactly, and he was super nice and so helpful. And
What's his name, by the way?
Greg.
All right, and so you and Greg just had a wonderful time out there mangling fish and then tossing them back into their environment so they go to their other fish buddies and go, dude, I don't know, I was just swimming along. Some chick and a dude just put a hook in my cheek. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It was just the best day of your life ever doing that.
It was super romantic mangling fish.
All right. What did you like about him so much?
Well, first of all, he's really rugged and manly, and I love guys like that.
Yeah, amen.
But he was really considerate and a total gentleman, you know, really respectful. and nice to me all day.
And you were cool learning how to fish, right? You didn't like scream when the fish got up and say that you didn't want to touch it or anything like that.
Well, I did scream, and I thought the fish were pretty gross.
Did he seem to like that or not? Because I know some dudes like to be in that situation where it's like, yeah, I took this girl out and had got to teach her how to fish. She's such a dainty little girl, has no idea. She needs a man's help. And some guys that turns off. They're like, ugh, I like a girl who can do that on her own.
I mean, I thought he thought I was funny. We were laughing a lot, and he was so nice. He just would take the fish and throw them back in the water. Like, he didn't say anything, like, calm down or, anything like that. But maybe it did turn him off because it's been a couple weeks and he hasn't called me back.
How did everything end for you guys? Did you make out? Did you do more than that without cleaning up after fishing? So I guess I don't need that last detail.
No problem. I won't give it to you. Well, there's really not that much to tell. We just had a nice little kiss, nothing crazy, no makeout.
So you guys did kiss. I mean, that's super romantic.
No, it wasn't super romantic. It was just a nice kiss. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, in my head, I picture you making out with Brad Pitt and a river runs through it.
And there's jumping everywhere.
Yes, exactly. There's rainbows hitting the water.
I mean, no, it wasn't like that. I mean, we were next to this pickup truck and we both smelled like fish. So
almost the same
Just,
thing.
yeah, almost. All right, and then how did you guys part ways?
Well, after we kissed, I couldn't help myself. I just said, "Hey, I'd really love to go out again." I just said it because why not?
Yeah, of course.
Nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And he said, "For sure, hit me up." And I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
A little maybe brush, just giving me the brush off. Maybe I don't know.
Kind of open ended. Not like, yeah, definitely. How about this day? It's like, yeah, whatever. Hey, contact me. I'll be around.
Or if you really wanted to go out with someone, you think that you would take charge and be like, yeah, I will call you.
Yes.
Right. Because he was already such a gentleman, I figured he would say, yes, I'll call.
Yeah.
And have you hit him up since your date?
Yeah. I waited a couple days, and then I called him, and I left him a message. And I just said what a great time I had, and I'd love to see him again.
All right.
And you can't think of anything awkward that happened on the date.
I guess the only thing is maybe I'm too girly, and I've screamed, and I thought the fish were kind of gross. But it seemed like I thought we had a great time together, both of us. So.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Dating is a lot like fishing, You reel some in, you're like, that one's too big, that one's too small, that one's got a wonky eye, this one has a drinking problem.
Damn fish.
And you fish and you fish and you fish until you finally find that one that has an extra large mouth, and you settle down with that one for the rest of your life. And that's the problem that the girl on the phone is having today for her second date update. She's hoping that the guy she calls will be that big bass with a large mouth who knows how to treat her right. But sadly, he's not calling her back. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Amelia is on the phone. She wants to call Greg today. They went fishing on their first date. She thinks the reason she's not getting a call back was because maybe she was a little too girly for him. He's an outdoorsy kind of guy, and she hasn't fished before. And when they caught a fish, she screamed, I was like, ew, yucky. And she thinks maybe that turned him off a little bit because he doesn't want a girly girl.
I didn't say ew, yucky. It wasn't that bad. I just screamed a little bit.
Okay.
If it turns out that is the reason that he's not calling you back, are you willing to kind of buck up and be a little bit more outdoorsy?
I just want him to know that I can totally be tough and nature girl too. I'm not just a priss.
Okay.
You sound like it. Could be real tough and naturey. Ew. All right. I'm dialing his phone number right now. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, is Greg there?
Yeah, this is Greg.
Hey, Greg, how are you? My name is Jubal. I host a morning radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
How are you doing today?
I'm Okay.
It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off, they email us to ask if we can call you and find out why. So her name is Amelia.
Oh, God.
That is not the response that...
Amelia
Whoa.
emailed us and asked if we could call you because she said that she enjoyed going fishing with you, but hasn't heard a word from you since.
Who cares?
Who cares? Well, we care, and Amelia obviously cares because she went through all the effort to try to get us to do this phone call.
Look, that person is nobody I want to talk to or hang out with or talk about.
Really?
That is really extreme.
What did she do that's so bad? I mean, we actually talked to her a little bit. She sounded perfectly nice.
She sounded lovely, actually. Yeah. She sounded fun.
Yeah, I really don't want to talk about it. I don't know. She knows what she did.
She doesn't, though. That's the thing. Like, she thinks that everything was great on the date.
Oh, really? She has got no idea what the problem could be. That's hilarious.
Nope. She says you guys went fishing and had a good time, even kissed at the end of everything, and she thought she could hit you up to go out again, and now you're not responding to her, and obviously you don't like her one bit.
Yeah, no, that's correct. I don't. And I caught a little bit more than a fish that day.
What do you mean?
We kissed. 2 days later, I wake up, bang, I got a cold sore.
You think that she gave you...
Yeah, she did. I'm not kissing anybody else except her.
Oh, my God.
Did she have a cold sore when you guys were out?
Not visible, but I didn't, put on some gloves and check her mouth or anything.
You know, those are incredibly common, and the virus could have been dormant in you for a long time, and then maybe stress brought it out or something.
A long time, my whole life. I've never had this before. I kiss her, boom, mouth measles.
So you think that she gave you a cold sore, and that's the only reason you're not calling her back?
That's a pretty good reason. I mean, she gave me herpes.
Isn't there other ways you can get that, though? Like sharing glasses or chapsticks or anything?
It's common.
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I'm not sharing glasses or chapstick with anybody.
Why didn't you hit her up and ask her if she has a cold sore?
Oh, she says, yes or no. It doesn't get my cold sore out of my face.
Okay, so you have a cold sore, and that's it.
What do you mean that's it? It's a f***ing cold sore.
Okay, so obviously you never want to talk to her again then.
No, absolutely not.
That's unfortunate because she's actually on the phone listening to this conversation.
What?
Yep, she's right.
Yeah, hi, Greg.
Yeah.
I did not give you a cold sore.
All right, well, then who did? The fish?
Yeah, maybe the fish, or maybe you kissed somebody and you forgot about it. I don't know. I never met you before.
I must have a pretty exciting life if I'm kissing people and forgetting about it.
Well, that's between you and you. And also, you should know that you can only get a cold sore if you can see a cold sore on somebody's face and then you kiss the cold sore.
For someone who's never had a cold sore before, you sure are an expert.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Greg. My friends are listening to this.
You tricked me into this radio thing. I'm just telling the truth.
I didn't give it to you. I've never had a cold sore in my life.
This is not in any way going to affect your life or the length of your life. You realize that, Greg?
I don't know that.
No,
I mean, who knows where things go? All I know is I got a thing on my face. This lady, put that in quotes, this lady gave it to me.
Oh my
now she's mad that I don't call her back. Why? Because she's got some more diseases she wants to pass on?
You can't say stuff like that on the radio, Greg. First of all, it's not true, but if you say things like that, people I know are listening, they're going to think it's true, and it's just rude, and it's so totally inconsiderate.
Well, look, whatever it takes to get you to go to a doctor and get checked out, because it sounds like that is what is needed here.
This is so extreme.
You know what? You know what, Greg? How about this? I will go with you to the clinic to get tested to prove to you that I do not have the herpes virus. Happy? Does that make you happy?
No.
Or do you
How
not
does that make
believe
me
in-
happy?
do you not
I don't want
believe
to
in
hang out
clinics?
with you some more and
Because
go to a
it's so-
clinic? That sucks.
What if we do that for your second date?
I
Hey,
think so.
Greg,
Oh, no.
would you like to go with Amelia to the clinic? We can even do like a not free one, and I'll pay for it.
Wow. You know what? I'm going to pass, but Amelia should definitely go on that date by herself.
Come on, Greg. What, are you afraid? You afraid of being wrong? Go to the clinic with me. Get tested. What's the harm? You know you already have a cold sore, like the virus, but you don't know that I do. So
I'm just afraid what else we might find out. I mean, who knows? Maybe you got some kind of like weird mouth scabies or something, and that's lying dormant. I go to this clinic, I get re-diagnosed or something.
you know what? How about this? Since Jubal was so nice and agreed to pay for the clinic, we should go. You should get tested. It'll be free. And then if I'm the person who has the virus who gave it to you, I will buy you lunch. What about that?
You're going to buy me lunch.
Yeah, I'll buy you lunch. If I'm the one who gave you a cold sore, the least I could do is buy you lunch. Not a date. Don't worry about that. But just to say I'm sorry.
All right, but it's going to be like a steak place.
Lobster lunch.
Whatever you want.
Fine, deal.
All right. Well, look at that. It's a successful second date update as long as Amelia tests positive for herpes on their date to the clinic. Greg gets a free lunch.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says somebody needs to school this idiot. And if there's one place that can school you on herpes, it's us. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about today's second date update, Amelia wanted to call this guy named Greg who wasn't calling her back after they went fishing together. We got him on the phone, and the reason he wasn't calling back, he swears that she gave him a cold sore. And he doesn't want any other diseases from her because she's clearly filthy.
Yes.
If she's got cold sores. But she didn't even have a cold sore on her mouth at all.
Yeah.
So
like,
he didn't want to go out with her
from
again
anything.
because he assumes that she gave him a cold sore.
Oh my God, there's so much information about cold sores coming in on the text board
I
right
know.
now. I don't know now what's true and what's not true. It can be dormant for your whole life, and then stress makes it come
can
out.
be.
Or-
Well, most people have that virus in their body.
okay, I knew Jubal would help me out on this
And
one.
sometimes your immune system goes down, you get tired, and you can get a cold sore.
Okay, so it's like shingles
Or
or,
gonorrhea.
something.
What? No.
Wait, gonorrhea.
Yeah. I don't know. Now I'm all confused.
Syphilis?
Remember, if you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Move at 92.5.
Right now.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for a second date update today met her date at a place that is synonymous with romance. I'm, of course, talking about Chipotle Mexican Grill.
What?
That's right. They went out to share a little burrito at Chipotle. The best first date spot I've ever heard of. Kara, what's up? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How's it going?
Good. You went all out for your first date.
I know. I know you think it's funny we went to Chipotle, but it's, no pressure.
Okay, wait. Was that your idea or was that a surprise?
It was like a mutual agreement.
Okay.
So where'd you guys meet?
We met on Bumble.
Oh, yeah.
Bumble, the app where women choose the dudes.
My girlfriends love that one. They swear by it.
Yeah, we're in charge. That's the best part.
Yeah, right?
How did Chipotle come up as a first date spot? I'm just curious. Not that it's bad. I like Chipotle a lot. I just wouldn't think of going there on a date.
Well, we both like Mexican food. After texting a while, we came across that being like our favorite cuisine.
Okay.
And there's nothing more authentic than Chipotle for
That's
real
right.
Mexican food.
It fills me up. I love it. And plus, it's like no pressure because, I'm meeting a guy off of a dating app. So, it's Chipotle. A lot of people are around. If it doesn't work out, I can just bounce.
Yeah, you can just get out of there.
It's pretty smart the more you explain it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what's his name?
His name is Michael.
Michael. And did you like him a lot?
Yeah, when I chose him, it was like he has a really nice smile. He seemed like he's not as creepy as the other guys that were in my match. So
I love it. It's all about comparisons in life, right? And you're not as creepy as the rest of them.
So you win.
How was he as a person? Cool?
yeah, he was really cool. We just got in line, and we both got burritos, and we started chatting about small things like traveling and what we're getting in our burritos. So
always
it flowed.
Always a conversation.
That's how you know if
starter.
it's a true match. You know, if you guys clash too much in your Chipotle order, it's not going to work.
He did pay for my extra guac.
Wow, that's
baller.
nice.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
went
someone's-
all out.
Someone's got a job. So, was there like any awkward moments at all?
I would say the moment when I was eating my burrito in mid-conversation and it just like busted open and flew on the front of my shirt.
Oh, you got a blowout?
Yeah, I did, and I had a white shirt on.
Oh, that sucks. Burrito blowouts are the worst.
What did he do? Did he try to help you, or did he feel bad?
Well, I was laughing like that, that awkward laugh because I was embarrassed. But he got some napkins for me, and like he awkwardly was like rubbing on in that area. So that was kind of, it was
in her boob area.
Oh.
So he was actually rubbing it off your shirt?
He was, and I'm like, okay, let me grab that napkin. I got it. Don't worry.
Okay.
That's kind of strange. Did it like weird you out?
Well, I don't think he was trying to be perverted. I mean, everyone was really staring at me, so he just was trying to help out, and it looked like a painting was on my shirt. So.
Oh, so it was bad.
Yeah, it was definitely bad. Like it was everywhere, like on the ground, on my pants, a little bit of my hair. It was bad.
In your hair?
Wow.
Yeah, I had my hair down, so it got in there as well.
Oh my God.
man.
It's like a burrito atomic bomb went off.
Did you recover after that, or was the date pretty much over at that point?
I mean, I told him I needed to go home and change because there's no way I could continue eating and pretend like nothing is going on my shirt. So he walked me outside, and then he just said something that was just kind of like weird, and it was super odd. I don't know.
What did he say?
He said it was really fun hanging out with me, and it was fun meeting new friends.
New friends?
New friends?
Yeah.
Oh.
So did it feel like he was just throwing you in the friend zone right there?
Well, I think maybe he just wasn't trying to put too much pressure on us too soon. And he probably was nervous, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like you're already at Chipotle. There's not a lot of pressure to begin with. You don't need to throw in the friends line.
I know, but I have friends who, like, they're best friends with someone, and they are in a relationship, and it works. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe we can be best friends eventually.
Okay. Well, we'll give it a shot in the second date update. Do you feel like the burrito is the thing that ruined your shot at a second date?
I mean, it's just one mistake. Like, geez, can I get another way to redeem myself?
And if anyone's watched any rom-coms, klutzy girls always get the guy.
So is that how it ended then? Him just saying, hey, nice to meet you, pal, and then took off? Or did you guys hug, kiss, anything?
Well, he gave me a hug, like, that like one-armed hug. It wasn't like a long embrace.
Well, of course, you had burrito all over your shirt. He doesn't want to get that on his clothes.
You're right. I did need to go change, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of him since this date?
I would say probably about 5 times. I've texted him to see if, we could go out again. Maybe not Chipotle, but...
And no response at all?
Well, he responds, but he just keeps saying he's busy and having excuses. And then another thing, he keeps calling me Bud.
Bud? Like
Bud,
pal?
what do you mean?
He'll be like, hey, Bud, how are you doing?
It sounds like he has definitely put you in the friend zone then.
No, I don't think it's that. I mean, I think it's weird that he doesn't want to hang out, but, like, we had a really good connection, so it's really weird.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call your buddy, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you missed the first part of today's second date update, Kara is on the phone with us, and today she wants to call a guy named Michael, who's not calling her back. And I'll set the scene for you to tell you a little bit about the biggest burrito blowout in history happened. And that's when all hell broke loose.
Oh my gosh.
Beans, rice, everywhere. Guacamole strewn about the restaurant. Panic set in as she had just blown the back of her burrito all over her white shirt, her pants, and even got some of it in her hair.
Oh my God.
Sure, Michael was a gentleman and grabbed some napkins to try to help her clean it up, but the damage was already done, and the burrito had ruined her first date with Michael. And since then, He has not called her back for a second date. So we're about to get him on the phone and find out if it was the burrito that did her in.
It's funny that you played those sound effects because that's exactly how it sounded in the moment. It was a disaster.
You're like an action hero.
Yeah.
All slow motion.
All right, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and find out why he won't go on a second date with you, okay?
I hope you guys can reach him.
All right, we'll try right now. I'm going to dial his phone number.
Hello.
Hello, may I speak to Michael?
This is he.
Hey, what's up, Michael? How are you? My name is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
Cool. I'm calling you today because we actually received an email about you from somebody who listens to our show.
Okay.
Her name is Kara, and you guys went out on a date to Chipotle just a little bit ago.
Yeah, I know Kara.
Well, she told us a little bit about your date, but she's also confused because you seem to be avoiding her for a second date. So she wanted us to get you on the phone and find out if something is wrong with her. It's a weird way of putting it, I know.
I was like,
but
weird.
hey, I mean, is there a reason that you don't want to go on a second date with her? She wanted us to ask.
Okay. This is like a thing you guys do?
Yeah, it is. It's called a second date update. So Kara wanted us to get you on the phone and ask.
I don't really know why she would want to do this.
Because you're like not committing to a date, and apparently you're calling her bud.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, she told us at the end of the date how you said something like, I always enjoy meeting new friends. And then you took off, and she also said when you text her, you call her bud. So she's concerned that she's been friend zoned by you.
I mean, she's got a great personality, and I would like to be friends with her.
Yeah, but the thing is, Michael, nobody's on dating apps to be friends. Like, they're looking for dates.
I guess that's true, but sometimes you meet someone who you click with on more of a friend level, and you don't necessarily want to date them, but you want to continue being friends. Like, I think men and women can be friends, so
Well, I don't. I don't think there's any possibility of men and women ever being friends.
You
ever.
do not believe that.
The bottom line, you just feel like you guys are better off being friends, and that's it?
Yeah, she's very cute. She's just not quite my type, I would say.
Okay, so what's your type then?
I mean, my friends always make fun of me for it, so,
Make fun of you for it?
Yeah,
They make fun of your type of person you like to date?
Everybody has their type, and I just have a different type than a lot of people.
I'm dying to know.
An eye patch thing? Oh, God, I love people with eye patches. It's always been my thing. Tell me it's eye patches.
No, not quite. I don't have a thing for pirates.
I promise you we won't make fun of you if you tell us what your type is.
I can trust you?
No, of course you can't. But you should tell us anyway.
Yeah.
Is it like a physical thing or a personality thing?
No, it's physical.
Okay, so what is it?
Okay. Here's the thing about Kara is Kara, again, great personality, really wonderful. She's got a little bit too much back for me.
Too much back for you?
Like she's a long back?
No, like the euphemism for back, like
booty.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, yeah, guys, I told you this was weird. I kind of like girls with like flatter backsides, basically.
Wait.
You like?
Basically, what it comes down to is I like flat bottom girls.
You like flat bottom girls?
I have never heard of any man ever saying that.
That's normally a problem.
I know, it's weird. It's just my thing. And look, again, Kara was so nice, and I really liked her as a friend. But that's just like that's my thing. I've always liked that.
So you like? That is so contrary to everything I've ever heard.
No, I know. This is why all my friends and stuff are constantly making fun of me. But like, I just like flat backside. Like I like,
Why would you let that stop you from dating someone just because they don't have one physical characteristic that you like?
I don't know. It's in the same way that like, some guys only date brunettes or whatever. This is just, I come to realize that like my best relationships have been with these types of people, and like it's what I'm most attracted to.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help it. If you're not attracted to big booties, then you're not going to be attracted to it.
I mean, it's not actually just big booties. I don't even like average. I like them flat.
It must be really hard for you to find girls that you are really attracted to.
No, you would be surprised. I mean, like Connecticut is a great place to look.
Connecticut?
Connecticut.
What?
No stairs in Connecticut ever. No one builds up a big butt.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you take like vacations to Connecticut to find girls?
No, I've been online, and just for some reason, a lot of girls from Connecticut, it's just like a thing. I don't know.
You learn something new every day. Girls in Connecticut have flat bottoms.
What kind of workouts do they do?
They don't. They don't do any workouts.
What? I mean, that's an honest reason, I guess. You just didn't find her attractive because too much back.
Well, and look, I understand that it's very strange. But I don't know. I mean, you like what you like,
It's too bad there's not a dating site specifically designed for you and your type. Flatbottom.com or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with it for you. Michael, thank you for being honest. I appreciate it.
That's funny.
I also feel like I need to be honest with you now at this point. Kara is actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you right now.
She's not on the other line. Come on.
Yeah, she is. Kara, you there?
Hey.
Hey, what's up, Kara?
Big booty ho!
Oh, my God. Come on, guys.
Are you serious, Michael? Like, is that really the reason why you're not calling me back? Because I have a big booty?
No. Oh, my God. It's not even big. Like, that is not what I'm saying. Like, this is just my thing. I like flat booty, basically.
What is wrong with you? Like, what guy in this world wants a pancake butt? Like, I don't
Oh, my
understand.
God. This is so embarrassing.
Kara, I don't think you should be insulted. I mean, I want your booty from the description of it.
Well, I love my booty. I mean, there's plenty of guys that would love to tap this. So, if anything, he's missing out. So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for somebody else, for one of my friends, definitely. Like, I think it would definitely work out. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we're friends. I thought maybe that, I could kind of be like a wingman for you.
What?
wow. Okay. I can't believe this is the reason why you're not texting me back. Like, let's talk about your butt.
Look.
Like, you have a big butt.
Well, and I don't have to be attracted to myself.
That's a double standard.
You're actually going to get a butt reduction, aren't you, Michael?
No, I mean, like, I can't help what I'm attracted to. And look, I'm very sorry. I think you're really great, as a person.
Well, I really liked you, and it hurt my feelings, so whatever.
Kara, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but it shouldn't hurt your feelings. For most guys, your butt is, like, perfect, but it's just not for me, I mean, not everybody likes Nicki Minaj. Like, it's,
wow.
Some people like Taylor Swift. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's true.
That's so good.
What if I told you something about yourself that I didn't like? Like your nose. Like your nose is pretty big, but I wasn't going to say anything about that.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if you don't like guys with big noses, then you're probably not going to like me.
But I really like your personality, so I thought I could see past it.
Well, you know what? I'm glad this happened, actually, because I actually really like you as a person, and I want to be friends. So I'm kind of glad this happened. I'm glad this is out in the open now.
Oh.
All right, well, let's see if I really want to be your friend.
I don't really blame her, though, Michael. I mean, you're being really superficial.
I mean, trust me, I understand this, and this is a conversation I've had before with, various friends and stuff, but it's like, you like what you like. That's what I like.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't find somebody attractive because of a physical feature, no matter what it is, you just don't find them attractive.
Yeah.
I mean, Kara, again, like, my friends would love your butt. Can I introduce you to a friend of mine? I know a lot of great guys who would love your butt. I mean, it just doesn't work for me, but some of my friends, for sure.
Well, I'm not desperate. I know a lot of people that like what I have, too, but that's kind of sharing with your friends, okay? Like,
okay, well, I'm not saying that you're desperate. I'm just saying, like, as your friend, I want to help you.
As your friend.
I just don't think I really want to be friends with somebody who thinks the way you do. Like, you're a bag.
Okay.
I don't know.
Look, you're just being emotional right now because, like, I found a specific thing that I like, and I just like girls with flat hindquarters. That's pretty much it.
Oh,
All right, well,
I
I know the answer already, but I'm gonna ask the question. Michael, would you like to go out on a second date with Kara? We will pay for it.
As friends, I would love to go out with her again.
Hey.
All right, well, I don't want to go out with you.
Oh.
You can just go out searching for all the little pancake butts out there. You can even go to Connecticut if you want to.
All right, well,
It's a lot of passion.
yeah, Kara, I'm sorry you didn't get a second date, but you found out good news. Sounds like you have a nice butt.
Yeah.
That's true. I already knew that, though.
And I can tell you right now, there are a lot of dudes listening to this show right now who are texting in who want to date with you. So don't worry about that. You're going to be fine. Michael, I don't know about you, though. It's going to be really tough for you to find dates.
I mean, I guess so, but if anybody texts you saying they have a flat ass, you know where to find it.
All right, I'll hook both you guys up. Text in 78592.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
We learned something very important from today's second date update. If you missed it, the thing that we learned is all the flat-bottom girls are in Connecticut. That's where you have to go if you don't like the booty.
Yeah.
Apparently, Kara wanted us to call a guy named Michael. He wasn't calling back after their date. We got him on the phone, and the reason that he wasn't calling her back, apparently Kara has a booty. Not a huge booty, not a way too big booty, just a booty. And Michael says that his thing is he likes girls with really flat butts.
Which is so strange.
That's simple.
But it's also so shallow. Like you chalk someone, like you write them off all because of just
Well,
one
you like
thing.
what you like. You know, if you don't find somebody physically attractive, he kind of friend-zoned her, and that's cool. Like, he liked her as a person, but he's like, we can never date romantically because you got that booty.
I will say,
I like the flat butts.
I have a really flat butt, and I feel like I should support him, but I just
should.
can't.
This is like one of the few guys that's actually into your type.
Whatever. You know what?
Somebody texted in at 78592 that said, I'm married to a girl from Minnesota. She has the flattest butt ever.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy should go shopping in Minnesota for a lady. So now we need to figure out where in the country do the smallest butts exist. And maybe we could send this guy there on a vacation so that he can find a girl that is good for him.
I feel like my long line of flat butts, it's a genetic thing, comes from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma,
So,
all right.
I mean, that's where my mom's from. And
So we got-
my aunts, shoot.
Connecticut,
Nothing there, man.
Oklahoma, Minnesota. Where is the mecca of the small butt in America? Well, maybe we could do like a GoFundMe or something to send this guy there. Because that is a very specific taste.
It's like,
And they agreed to not go out again because he just can't. He's not into it.
He just likes a back with legs attached to
Yes,
it.
he does. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I have a surefire way to meet women, and I'm assuming that the guy on the phone for a second date update today did the same thing that I've done many times, and it always works. You see a hot girl go into a store or something like that, you see her in the parking lot, you just walk up to her car, you pop the tire, and then you hang out in the parking lot till she comes out, and you're like, oh, you need help with that tire? Let me help change that for you.
You're
Works every time.
You're one step away from a serial killer.
That's like vandalism.
I've done it a lot. Sometimes I just go and I just pop tires in parking lots just in case
Oh.
on my way into a store. And that's what I'm guessing Dallas did today. He's on the phone to do a second date update, and that's how he met the girl that he wants to call today.
Well, now, I didn't pop the tire. Just so happens I did change her tire.
Oh,
Thank God,
okay, well,
Dallas.
For future reference, if you want to meet a girl, that's the best way to do it. Pop her tires, and then you'll have no choice but to help her. So your email said that you met the girl you want to call today because she needed a tire changed, and you came to her rescue.
Yeah, I did.
What's her name?
Brittany.
Brittany? Okay, and was she changing the tire, and you just walked up behind her and were like, hey, little lady, you don't know how to do that. Let a big man help you out.
No, it didn't really happen that way. A few weeks ago, I was at the mall and doing some shopping, and as I was leaving, Brittany flagged me down, and she was kind of like in a panic, and she asked me if I knew how to change a flat tire. So, obviously I did, luckily, and she asked if I could help, and I said, of course. So went to her car and started to, jack the car up and change the tire, and I had noticed she had this like really cute Southern accent. And so I kind of went out of my way, and I was like, "Are you from around here?"
And she was like, why, no, sir, I'm not. I'm just a poor Southern girl who needed a tire changed.
Yeah, and
Why don't we go out for some sweet tea and maybe some cheese grits?
It sounds like to start up a porn or something.
Yeah, right?
Do you like cheese grits? You know, anywhere in town a lady can get some nice cheese grits.
What is wrong with you? Did you hit on her, or how did you proceed after that?
Well, she kind of went on to tell me that she was new to the area and that she didn't really know anyone. And when I was done changing the tire, she was really, really thankful, and she shook my hand. And as I was getting ready to grab my stuff and leave, I kind of just stopped and turned around, and I kind of just said, "Hey, do you want to go out? Do you want to go get some food or something?" And she said, "Sure."
Did at a later date, or you guys went that day?
Oh, we went right then and there.
Oh,
you
cool.
did?
We went and got food really, really close to the mall, and this is where things kind of took a turn. We went to eat, we ordered our food, and we were both about halfway done eating, and I noticed that she kind of stopped, being so responsive to conversation. She was a lot less talkative. She started to become a little, timid and shy, I guess.
Did you
I
notice?
do declare that I believe you have overstepped your bounds, sir. I will take off my long white glove and slap you in the face. Did you say anything to make it seem like you offended her?
No, not at all. It kind of just all of a sudden it was like she just stopped talking. So I said, is there anything wrong? And she said, well, she didn't really like the food at the place we were eating at. So I said, well, okay, do you want to leave? I felt really bad. And she was like, no, that's okay. It's fine. So when the waiter came back, I asked him if, we could get the check and if he could box up our food and we could go. And, as we started to leave, I asked her, I said, hey, could we maybe do this again, at a different place, that you would like? And she said, of course. So we exchanged numbers and we left.
At the end of the date, did you guys kiss or anything like that? Or was it just exchange numbers?
No, it was just an exchange number, and then, we went on our way. But, I listen to you guys all the time, and I really trust you guys. And what's going on in my mind right now is I feel like she felt obligated to kind of go out with me because I did something nice, and not because I'm attractive or anything like that.
See,
that makes sense.
I was thinking the opposite, that she flagged you down because you were hot. I mean, because there's other people that come out of the mall. I'm sure that there was other people around she could have flagged down, right?
Of course, yes.
I don't think she was obligated at all. I think she set it up.
Well, maybe
to
she
make
felt
sure.
like she was obligated. Well, if she set it up, she definitely didn't like something about him because she's not calling him back.
Well, maybe his personality failed. I don't know what happened.
So you think maybe she felt obligated and that's the reason that she's not calling you back?
Exactly.
Which is weird because she just moved to town, so she doesn't have very many other friends. And whenever I'm new to a town, I say yes to anybody, no matter who you are. Like,
Wow.
yeah, I'll hang out
Interesting.
with you. I don't know.
I'm new to town. Yes, gentlemen, jump on it. I say yes to anybody whenever I move to a town. That's good to know.
To go out and show me around.
Yeah, we know what you meant. We all know what you meant. All right, Dallas. Well, we'll play a song. We'll come back. We'll get your southern lady on the phone and find out why she's not ringing you back, okay?
All right, guys.
All right. Until then, you enjoy some sweet potato pie. We'll do it right after this.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Dallas is on the phone with us to do a second date update today. Not the city.
That's good. I wish
It's
the
a
whole
guy
city.
named Dallas is on the phone with us to do a second date update today. He wants us to call a girl named Brittany. I'm going to actually recap his date by telling her side of the story. I think this is what she would say when we talk to her. So there I was. Had a flat tire on my car, and I did not know how to fix it. I was just staring at this tire as confused as a fart in a fan factory. And then all of a sudden, out of the store, I see this big, strapping young gentleman named Dallas. And I was hollering like a stuck pig, asking him to come help me out. So I walked up to him. I said, "Kind sir, do you think you could help change the southern lady's tire?" And as he was changing it, I was just sitting there grinning like a possum eating a sweet tater, looking at how he changed my tire and helped me out. And then, could you believe the nerve of this man? He asked me to go to food with him right after. And the only reason I did was because I felt obligated to, because normally a southern lady would make a gentleman court her properly. So we had a meal, and then once we were done with our meal, we went our separate ways, and I would never talk to him again because he was way too forward. I just smacked him in his stupid face. Hey, Dallas, is that about right? Yeah.
I think I should take you out on a date.
I was going to say, after that, we don't even need to make the phone call. I mean, that kind of settles it, doesn't it?
Dallas met this girl, Brittany, in the parking lot. She had a flat tire. He was walking out. She said, "Can you change it?" He changed it, and then they went to go eat. The meal went well, and then about halfway through, she kind of seemed cold and awkward. And they exchanged numbers and said they might go out again, but she hasn't been very receptive. We're about to call her right now.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Brittany, please?
this is she.
Hello, Brittany. How are you?
I'm good. Who is this?
Oh, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I don't know you. Who is this?
No, you don't. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay, I still don't know you.
It's a morning radio show, and I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
About me?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. You recently went out with a guy named Dallas.
Oh. Okay.
You remember meeting Dallas? He said that he helped you change a tire on your car, and then you guys went out for a meal after?
Yeah, I remember him.
What'd you think of Dallas?
I mean, he was a nice guy and everything.
You just didn't click with him?
Well, not really. I mean, it just kind of got weird.
So
throughout the date.
it got weird. Can you tell us how?
Well, at dinner, like it was a really nice dinner. We're sitting down, and he just took to leave like 3 times to go to the bathroom, which is not typically a weird thing. But the second time, he come back like super sweaty.
He came back to the table super sweaty?
Yes, he was super sweaty, and I didn't know what to think. And I thought, well, poor guy, maybe he's sick or something. So I asked him, are you okay? Or you need to leave? And he said, no, I'm great. I'm good. I've never seen somebody come back from the bathroom sweating like that before.
Maybe he's got IBS.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't spicy food, but it got worse. Like, we're sitting there, and he goes again, and then there's a table right beside of us, and that guy leaves to go to the bathroom, I guess, comes back, and I can hear
Don't tell me they
conversation.
both came back sweaty together. I wouldn't want to call him back either.
Mystery solved,
Yeah.
though.
The guy was actually talking about my date. Like, I can hear them talking about him and saying, there's some guy in the bathroom doing really weird stuff.
What was he doing?
I don't know. They didn't say. They just said that they knew it was weird and it made him uncomfortable. Like, if it makes the guy uncomfortable in the bathroom, something's wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in guys' bathrooms. I've never left them going like, whoa, there's some guy in there doing something strange. I got to get out of here.
Right. So I just had to leave. Like, you don't know what to expect when you're in a new town and new people. Like, I don't know.
And you never asked him what he was doing in the bathroom.
I didn't want to. I mean, what if he told me and asked me to join him? Like, I don't know.
So did you make up a lie about the food not tasting good to get out of there?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
Because he said that on the
like,
date.
I love food. I love food. And I totally went back to that place the next day. It was so good.
You actually went back there. You actually went back to that restaurant the next day.
I did. It was so good.
All right, so that's the reason you're not calling him back, because he was doing something weird in the bathroom, making him sweat.
Yes, that's exactly why.
That's interesting. You know what else is interesting? He's actually on the phone listening right now.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am. 100% serious. Dallas, what were you doing in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Get your guys' minds out of the gutter, okay? I was not doing what you guys think I was doing.
I have no idea what you're doing.
I had an idea.
Okay. I will admit, I did get up a few extra times from the table to go to the bathroom. And I'm really embarrassed to say this, but I was in the bathroom doing push-ups.
What?
You're doing push-ups?
Why were you doing push-ups?
I'm just, into fitness and stuff, and I felt like, because I hadn't been to the gym in a couple days, I felt like I didn't look good enough for you. And
so
I went in there to get kind of like a little bit of a workout in to kind of look a little bit more muscular.
So you went into the bathroom to do push-ups to get a pump?
this was not even scheduled or anything. I didn't have time to go to the gym before this date. I didn't even know this date was going to happen. And I met her, and she is awesome, and that's what I did.
So you just left the table randomly to go work out in the bathroom?
Yeah, I did.
Like, on the bathroom floor?
Well, I washed my hands before I came back to the table.
That is disgusting.
Doesn't make it better.
Brittany, do you believe him? I don't know that I mean, I know you explained it, but I don't know that I buy your story.
This is the God honest truth, seriously.
Well, is this what guys do here? Like, you just go out into the bathroom to work out during the day? Is this how it works?
No.
I never have.
I've never done that one time, but I felt like I didn't look good enough for you, and that's why I did it. It was more of a freak out thing.
So working on the car and the tire change wasn't an actual workout? You needed more intensive workout in the bathroom?
To a sense, yeah, because changing the tire is nothing.
I'm so fit. Changing the tire doesn't do anything. I gotta go do some push-ups and some burpees in the bathroom.
I don't know if I actually buy this whole story.
Does sound weird.
I need to know, were his muscles impressive?
I mean, yeah, he's a really impressive guy. I actually noticed that when he was changing the tire, and I mean, you could tell he works out. I just never expected it to be during the date in the bathroom.
Hey, Brittany, I would like to ask you this. Would you like to go on a second date with Dallas? We will pay for
guys,
it.
Can I do this myself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it. I mean, hey, dude, I don't want to get beat up by you. You know, I know you got...
Look, Brittany, I'm telling you the truth. I did push-ups in the bathroom to try and impress you. So if you give me a second chance, I promise that I will work out before dinner and not during.
It's a pretty good promise.
And also, we'll pay for the date, Brittany.
You were a really great guy stopping to take care of my tire and take care of me, and you went this far to actually get a second date. So, I think, yeah, let's try it again.
Woohoo! Nice!
Awesome. Congratulations, Dallas. You got your second date.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate the help.
No problem. Stop doing push-ups in the bathroom.
I will stop doing push-ups in the bathroom. I'm just embarrassed because I never thought that she would ever find out.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I gotta
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I'm honestly stumped as to why the woman on the phone for a second date update today isn't getting a call back. I mean, usually when you follow somebody across state lines, no big deal.
What?
Yeah, they usually appreciate that when you just show up unannounced somewhere, right?
And now we're going to stalk the guy again by calling
Yes,
him
we
in
are.
a second date?
Her name is Abigail. Abigail, what's up?
Hi, guys.
Okay, he's already made you sound creepy right from the get-go.
I'm not creepy. I'm just a bit confused.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a thin line between creepy and confused. I've been a victim of that many times. You have a pretty interesting situation, Abigail. Why don't you tell everybody, first of all, the guy that you want to call, what's his name?
Brian.
Brian. And how did you meet Brian?
Well, I'm a little leery on going on online dates and meeting guys on dating websites because they're usually either nuts, ugly, or smelly, or just not.
God, it sounds like so many great options. I don't know why you're so upset about this.
But, I gave it a shot one more time, and I met Brian. And I got to tell you, we hit it off immediately. It went from 0 to 60 in virtually no time.
So you liked his aroma. He had a good aroma, a good scent.
I mean, from what I could smell over the phone, he was great.
Oh, so you're saying it went from 0 to 60 before you guys even met in person?
Right. I mean, it was instant attraction via conversation. His profile picture looked great. And then I did a little more digging and found his Facebook profile, and I realized it's really what he looks like.
Okay, did you get his tax returns? 'Cause it sounds like you put in a lot of effort.
If I'd done a little more digging, maybe.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot of pressure to put on a date when you've been disappointed so many times. Were you worried about that?
I was, and that's why I did my due diligence, and we talked for hours.
I mean, there was nothing I couldn't discuss with him. He'd text me at least 5 times a day.
Oh, I love that.
How long was this going on before you guys actually decided to meet in person?
Just about a month.
Whoa, that's a long time.
I really wanted to see him, but the thing was, he lived 2 states away.
Oh.
So the whole logistics of meeting each other was really difficult.
I see. I was going to say, like, what took so long?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
But I thought we had kicked it off so well. I wanted to do a grand gesture of romance. And one night when we were chit-chatting, he was telling me his best friend's birthday was that weekend and where they were going to be and what the plans were. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I flew down and surprised him?
Whoa, for your first meeting?
I mean, we had chatted for so long. This was inevitable that one of us was going to fly in to meet the other.
But a surprise and just showing up is a whole different ballgame if you don't know him that well yet.
But it could, I mean, I could see where it could pay off. Like, it could be an amazing thing or it could be really bad.
So how was it when you saw him for the first time?
I just started drooling. He was so gorgeous.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Well, maybe that's why he's not calling you back. You just showed up randomly out of the blue with drool all over you.
It's a good point.
And how did he react? Was he drooling as well? Was it just a big spit fest?
He was kind of taken aback. I basically came up behind him and tapped his shoulder, and he turned around, and he got white as a ghost. He was shocked.
Of course.
Okay, wait. Set the scene. Where were you guys when you tapped him on the shoulder? Were you at the birthday party?
Yeah, I showed up at the restaurant where the birthday party was.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a very bold move.
Well, because I didn't know where he lived, so this is the only way I could get in contact with him.
So what did he do? I mean, after he recovered from the initial shock, did he hug you? Did he kiss you?
I mean, the first thing he did was say, "What are you doing here?" And I told him I thought it'd be a really cool surprise to, shock you and be here, and thought it'd be really romantic.
Yeah.
And then for most of the night, I ended up speaking to his friends and not much to him.
Oh,
my
wow.
God. But you got to understand, I mean, I knew he had to speak to other people. It was his best friend's birthday, so I let it go. I figured, hey, that's what he has to do.
So wait, hold on. Like, how was he introducing you to his friends?
Well, he really wasn't. I mean, the 1 or 2 times that I'd bump into him, somebody would come up to him and say, "Oh, and you are?" And he would say, "Oh, this is a friend of mine."
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Ouch.
And I thought, well, it is really new. We haven't really told people about us. So I get it. He wanted to keep it on the down low. I get that.
Yeah.
I'm starting to worry about you. I mean, after the birthday party, what happened?
Well, when we got to the end of the night, people started leaving, and it was basically he and I and his best friend. And I started talking to him, and I said, well, I'm here now. And he said, how long are you here for? And I thought that was odd that he would ask me when I'm leaving when we just met.
Uh-huh.
But I said to him, I'm here till tomorrow evening. Maybe we can have lunch or brunch tomorrow, or maybe even right now. Let's go for another drink or a cup of coffee.
Hey.
And he said he was really busy. He had a lot of commitments the next day. But I was like, okay, maybe you can spare an hour. I did fly all the way out here.
Uh-huh.
He said, you know what? We'll set up a date for when I can either fly out to you or you can fly out here again.
Were you
Oh, wow. So
crushed?
I was crushed until he said, let's see if we can figure out a time to meet up again.
Oh,
so I
no.
thought there was some hope there
No.
that, maybe he really was busy the next day. I don't know.
He didn't know you were coming, so.
You are so nice to this man.
Well, he's something special.
How many times have you tried to
for you?
Oh, no.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of him since that weekend?
It's been a week so far, and I only heard from him once, and that also through text. So it's not like it was before.
Oh, my gosh. And you're
Okay.
sure he's single, right?
From what I understand, I didn't see any rings on his finger, and I didn't see any other woman around.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and then get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, it's the kind of thing that movies are made about. Abigail is on the phone, and Abigail met the man of her dreams online. And they chatted back and forth every single day, every single night for weeks until Abigail decided to show up unannounced.
at a birthday party. She flew all the way there to surprise him, tapped him on the shoulder, and he turned around and she said, "Abigail's home."
Oh my God, poor Abigail.
I think I've seen that movie before.
It's scary, but I don't think that's what happened.
That is sort of what happened. Abigail did surprise this dude that she'd been talking to online. They live in different states, and she actually showed up to a birthday party that he was at, unannounced, and was hoping that everything would go great. But when she got there and surprised him, he was kind of weird and sort of ignored her the rest of the night, and they haven't really talked since. Abigail?
Hi.
Yeah, sounds just like what you said, Jubal. I mean, very similar.
I'm really not a stalker, I promise.
Well, I have a whole different scenario in my head, Abigail.
Abigail, you're so sweet. It just makes me so angry because it sounds like you guys really connected and he really led you down this path, and he's just a jerk. I don't know how else to say it appropriately.
But she did show up out of the blue, unannounced, like from states away. That could creep a guy out.
But he was giving her the wrong signals, man.
I really got the feeling that we had a connection, and he would have loved this romantic gesture.
All right, well, we'll find out. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can talk to him and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh, she's
Hold
so
on.
nice.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Brian, please?
Yeah, this is Brian. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning? Weird ways. I know. Sounds weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I figured you wouldn't. That's fine. Brooke and Jubal in the morning is a morning radio show.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's the end of the call. Thank you for answering, Brian.
I'm calling you because one of our listeners actually asked us to reach out to you.
All right. You sure you got the right Brian?
I'm pretty sure I do. I'll check. Do you know a girl named Abigail?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we know a girl named Abigail as well, and she's really confused because she thought you guys had a great relationship for a few weeks until she decided to just fly into town and surprise you, and she said you seemed kind of cold to her, and now you haven't really talked to her since.
You can understand why that she's going to like any length possible to get some sort of answer. Like if you put that much energy into seeing someone and then they suddenly shut down, like that's got to be really confusing.
Let me get this straight then. She had you guys to reach out to contact me. That's what you're telling me?
Yes, because you won't really give her an answer, and you're kind of being cold.
Ridiculous. This is crazy, man.
It's not really that crazy. I mean, she just wants an answer.
I just can't believe that she's doing all this just to get in touch with me.
Yeah, but you guys went from like texting like 5 times a day for a whole month to nothing.
Yeah, and she liked you a lot, Brian. And talking to you right now, I can understand why. You seem like a sweet dude. I like you too.
Yeah, well, I normally am, but not when like radio shows call me. I have to like dig into my personal life.
We get that. We do.
Can you just tell us anything? At least we can talk to her and be like, oh, he just wasn't really feeling you when he saw you in person or something like that.
Well, don't tell her that, because, I mean, that's not true.
Really?
Yeah, no, yeah, I really do like her a lot. There's just stuff going on that I just don't want to get into.
Oh, you're in a relationship. I knew it. I told her that. I told her that she swore she thought you were single.
No, I know I'm definitely single. That's not it.
Oh, okay.
Really?
It's just, I thought what we had going on was good. I mean, I kind of liked, I guess, the distance aspect of it, and then for her to just randomly show up at a friend's birthday party, I'm not really expecting that at all.
But why did you spend all night avoiding her? I mean, at some point, if you say that you really like her...
Yeah, well, I guess it just got too real for me, having her right there.
Too real, like, you like talking to her online and on the phone, but to realize you could actually touch a person was strange?
No, I mean, it's not necessarily that. It's just, there's other stuff.
But I understand there's other stuff. But right now, all I understand is you like her a lot. It shocked you that she showed up, and then there's stuff. Like, how is that a message to give to her to help her understand why you're not talking to her anymore?
You know what? Whatever. I don't care anymore. I need a kidney transplant.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's serious.
Whoa.
Yeah, way to take things down, Brian.
I mean, you guys asked for it.
Yeah, well, usually these things end up like, oh, I thought they smelled funny or they puked in my back seat. Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is it just that you don't want to get involved in a relationship because you obviously have some serious health stuff that you need to concentrate on?
Pretty much. I don't want to drag her into this. You know what I mean? I feel like this is kind of my battle right now. And by her showing up, I realized, that she really does like me a lot. And I'm just not wanting her to be that close to being around all this, stuff going on.
Oh, I feel so horrible. I thought these
Yeah, that
awful
sucks.
things about you, and now...
Yeah, look at you, Brooke.
Seriously, dude, I am sorry.
It's all good. It's not a big deal, I guess.
So did you not tell her about your situation when you guys were chatting online and on the phone and stuff?
No. I didn't want to tell her this, you know what I mean? I thought if we kept it from a distance, we can keep it upbeat and not have to kind of, talk about all this stuff.
Yeah.
I really just enjoyed her conversation, and sometimes, when there's a lot of bad stuff going on in your life, to have somebody there that kind of just talk to you and, just kind of laugh with and stuff like that, it kind of brings you up. So I didn't want to, kind of bring her down by, the transplant.
Yeah, and you were able to escape your own stuff, too.
Brian, you're kind of making this difficult on me because this would normally be the point where I'd try to deliver a witty line and then tell you that the person is on the other line listening to the conversation. But I don't have any witty lines, so I'm just going to connect you two so you can talk, okay?
Wait, is she on the other line now, or what do you mean by connect us?
Yeah, she's listening to this phone call and wants to talk to you.
Oh, my God, man. Are you kidding? I just said I didn't even want her to know.
Yeah, sorry.
Unfortunately, she does know now. Abigail, are you there?
Hi, Brian.
Hey, sorry, I didn't really want you to find out this way.
No, I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say. I'm shocked.
You don't have to say anything. I know that I didn't tell you, so there's no way you could have known. It's just, I don't know. I didn't know how connected I was going to get with you, and then I guess I got worried about actually telling you. So.
But I want you to know something. I care about you more than you can imagine. I'm here if you want to talk. I'm here if you need me to make you laugh. I'm there for you.
I really appreciate that because, I don't know. I got scared once you got down there and, actually seeing you, and it made it seem too real. And I guess I pushed you away a little bit and didn't want to, get too close.
Listen, get close. If you need me to do anything or help you or just put a smile on your face whenever you need me.
Yeah, you're such a sweet person. I don't want you to get all caught up in this and then something go wrong. Right now, I'm on a waiting list. I'm not, there's no guarantee of when I'm going to be able to get the transplant. And honestly, Abigail, I really care about you, and I really want to, keep you in my life. And at the same time, because I care about you so much, I feel like I can't. I don't know. I'm just really torn right now.
I'm willing to take a blood test. Is there any way maybe I'm compatible in some way?
Whoa.
No, I don't want you to do that, Abigail. I really...
Listen, this is about kindness. This is the reason why I was put in your life.
The chances are so slim that that's even possible. I don't want you to have to go through with that.
But Brian, there's always a chance. It may be slim, but it's still there.
Yeah, but it's just I can't think about you actually giving up your kidney for me. I can't think about you doing that. I don't want that to happen.
Well, I got two.
Good point.
Good point.
Yep.
So I can give one up. It's like a spare tire.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say.
At least give me the chance or the opportunity to look into this. Consider it. You have to consider it.
Brian, how about this? How about we send Abigail out to you, and you guys can spend the weekend together, you can hang out, you can go on a few dates, and you can even discuss a possible kidney transplant. I've never had to say that in a second date update before, but I'm saying it. So
I can't believe this is actually happening right now.
Oh, my God.
Would you be interested in that, Brian? Just checking things out?
I don't know about the whole kidney transplant, but the date would be awesome. I would love to go on a date.
Yes.
Okay,
Brian,
so that's a yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yay!
I'm happy to hear you say that, Brian.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I'm really excited that I'll actually be seeing you.
This has been a really weird second date update. Normally it's the dude who's begging to put his organ in a woman. And
Organ jokes. You had to, didn't you?
I couldn't help it, yeah.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I got a text in at 78592 that says, I was not prepared for those feels this morning. Thanks a lot, guys.
Really?
Too much feels. You're talking about today's second date update. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. And if you missed it, Brian and Abigail met Brian online and they talked for a long time, like a month. And then she decided to surprise him because he lived in a different state. She actually showed up to a party that he was at and he was kind of cold and weird. And then he didn't talk to her after. And she was confused. So we got him on the phone and found out the reason that he didn't call her back was because he is going through some health issues and needs a kidney transplant and didn't want to call her back because once she showed up, he's like, oh, I can't put her through all this.
Wow.
And a lot of people texting in at 78592 said they're in tears from the second date update today.
That is so intense, man.
Yeah, I went from like 0 to 100 because I thought this guy's a player. Like,
Yeah,
he's
that's
got
what
a
it
girl on the side.
sounded
And then you
like.
hear the reason, you're like, oh, no.
Did you see the text message we got that says, my brother gave a girl a kidney and now they have 2 kids and have been married 12 years?
Oh,
Yeah.
Just even the text message makes me weepy.
Well, of course you'd stay with somebody like that because arguments would be so awesome. You're like, dude, take the trash out. I gave you a kidney. Take the trash out.
I do
Somebody texted in at 78592 and says, can we get back to the yelling and the screaming and the second date updates? This is just way too heavy for me today.
Everyone seems to have dubbed them the kidney couple.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
It is, but it's also kind of sick.
Yeah.
You know?
And somebody texted in and said, are you really going to send her to meet up with him so they can talk about a kidney transplant? Because she said that she would even be willing to give him a kidney if she was a match.
Wow. That's love right there, yo.
Yeah,
And we offered to fly her out there so they could go on a date at least and hang out and talk about it. And are you really going to send her out there? No, we're not. It's all an act. We'll give them some
Gotcha.
gift cards to Applebee's and tell them to figure it out. Of course we're going to send her there.
We like to lead people on with promises of possible kidneys and then rip
Yeah.
it away.
It's kind of our thing. We're a wacky morning radio show. It's what we do. So yeah, we'll send them out there, and everybody texting in at 78592 says you have to get an update from that couple. We need a second date update from them, and we will definitely try to do that.
Yeah, I need that.
Well, and I hope they continue to like each other through it all, too. Because, like, what if they are a match and he's like, ugh, I'm really just not into this.
Afterwards. Oh, no.
And then he's not calling her back to protect her feelings. He just like is calling her all the time to get the kidney, and then after that he's gonna.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The girl on the phone for a second date update today is obviously really disappointed that she's not getting a call back because she got wined and dined on her first date. I'm talking like a tour of the world, basically. She got to go to Italy at this restaurant called Sparrow, and then maybe some American cuisine after at a place called Cinnabon, which I've heard a lot about. Yeah.
Did she really eat at the mall?
Yes, she did. She ate at the mall on her first date, and now the dude is not calling her back. Her name's Jaylene. What's up, Jaylene?
Hey, guys.
Okay, wait.
Hey.
You don't sound 14, so I'm confused.
No, I'm not.
Okay, but your first date sounds amazing. I've heard of that Italian restaurant before.
Right.
I've never been able to pronounce the name, though, but I've heard it's great.
No, I work at the mall, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who did you go out with, a customer or a coworker?
It was sort of a customer. He had walked in and, I was having a really bad day. And, of course, customer service is always wonderful when you're having a bad day. But I think you could tell that something was wrong, or I don't know.
Where do you work at the mall? I mean, you don't have to say what the business is, but what do you do?
I work at a kiosk. So, I meet different kinds of people.
Okay, yeah, that would be a frustrating job at the mall, especially the people that handle lotions and stuff, because you get people just turning you down all day long. Eventually, you probably want to throw a lotion bottle at their head. So, anyway, you were having a bad day, and this dude could tell?
Yeah, it just seemed like he could tell, and he trying to cheer me up. So we got to talking there for a bit, and then I had to get back to work. So he said, do you have a break coming up? And I said, yeah, in about 30 minutes, I'll have my lunch break. So he said, all right, that's great. I have some shopping to do. why don't we meet at the food court? So
That's cute.
Yeah.
Were you excited?
I was. I mean, everybody usually ignores me. So the fact that this guy, this attractive guy, is talking to me and just cheering me up, I thought it was really sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how was the food court? Everything that you had hoped for and more?
Well, of course. so I walk, down to the food court, and he's already gotten a table for us. He's already ordered lunch for us. He ordered Kung Pao chicken.
Well, because you probably don't have a very long break. He needs to get that going.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, but he's got to know that, I don't have that much time. So he had everything ready.
Like, trust me, I know the owner at the Panda Express. I got an extra orange on the orange chicken today.
Hey, dude, I may date somebody based on that knowledge alone, Jubal. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so it was really sweet and nice. And then after, he's like, so do you want to split a churro with me? It's like, sure. I really have to get back to work. But anyways, we exchanged numbers, and we were talking back and forth like the next 4 or 5 days. And we weren't just texting, we were like talking on the phone and having great conversations.
Really?
Yeah, nothing weird, nothing
Like, he didn't just send you a picture of his churro off the top, like normal text conversation.
right. There was nothing perverted or like super sexual or anything like that. It was just a great conversation and just getting to know the other person. But like, I don't know, we had a lot in common. And
And I bet when you saw his name pop up on your phone, but that felt awesome.
Yeah, it did until he stopped responding to me. And then I was like, what did I do wrong? How?
Yeah. Way to rub it in, Brooke.
Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean,
It was
before you
probably
never saw it
so
again.
amazing whenever he would contact you, but now he's not contacting you at all, so that's got to hurt.
I think that there's got to be a reasonable explanation. Or I want there to be anyway.
Yeah.
A reasonable explanation for making me feel bad? I don't know.
I didn't mean to make you feel bad.
Well, all right. Well, how long has it been since he's talked to you?
It's been about a week.
It's been about a week. Okay.
That's a
all
lot
right. Well,
if you guys were talking daily, too.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it was like fast and furious. We would talk like all day long for like a week. And then just nothing.
okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Well, I really hope you can reach him because I can't. So
We will find this guy. If I have to go to every Wetzel's pretzel, I will find this dude for you. Okay?
thank you.
We'll do it right after this. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Jaylene is on the phone and she met a dude named Justin at the mall. She works there at a kiosk and apparently they struck up a conversation and then shared a romantic lunch at the food court. And then after that, they've texted back and forth for like 5 days, every single minute of the day, she says. And she was surprised when he just kind of dropped off the face of the earth and stopped talking to her. And personally, I was surprised to learn that people still go to the mall. So that's cool.
Jaylene, I'm sure you've gone through like 8,000 different scenarios of what could be going on because you said you even had actual phone conversations with this person.
Right.
What do you think it is? You haven't given us your theory.
I don't know. I've been racking my brain about this. Like, he's married or something? I mean, I don't know.
That's where I would too.
Really?
Where I would in my head. You're in a relationship.
Maybe.
No, because she hasn't seen his house. She hasn't seen his car. Like, she's seen no proof of his personal life.
But he didn't try and hook up with me, so I don't get it. I mean, it's not like we, hooked up the first night we met and then that's all he wanted. I don't know why you would talk to me every day for a week and then just...
Maybe he's a time traveler.
What? Why would you come
Because-
to that conclusion?
I think he's from 1992 because you met at the mall and he actually called you on the phone. And that's the last time I think those things have ever happened.
I mean, at this point, I guess anything's possible.
All right, well, I'll dial his phone number right now and see if we can figure out why he just stopped talking to you. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Justin, please?
Yeah, you got him.
Hey, Justin, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who? Who is it?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What's that?
It's a radio show.
All right, so he listens.
What? Who are those people? Is there like a lot of you over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 of us right now.
Okay.
Hi.
Why are you guys calling me? What can I do for you?
Well, I wanted to see if I could grab a few minutes of your time because we got an email from someone who listens to our show, and they wanted us to call you on their behalf.
Okay. What? It's weird, man. What's going on?
It is weird.
It is. It's a girl that you met at the mall, and you guys had lunch at the food court. You guys talked for a little while, about a week, and then you just kind of stopped talking to her. Her name's Jaylene.
Oh, yeah, Jaylene, yeah. Yeah, I know her.
Okay. Well, Jaylene emailed us and wanted to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why you stopped talking to her.
Oh, man, we're good. We're fine. We did, we got what we wanted, or got what I wanted, and we're good.
Wait, hold on, though. What did you want? I think that maybe that's the confusing part for all of us when you say that.
Well, I mean, it's, end of transaction. It's just,
You got what? Okay. Normally, when I ask a girl to lunch or dinner or something else, there's something that I want out of it that I don't think you want. Like, what what transaction are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I don't want to tell you guys because, if I say anything, then everybody's going to know what I'm doing. And, not everybody could think of this. So kind of want to keep to myself for a while, maybe. Whoa. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, you think that you have some genius plan that you don't want leaked out? Is that why you don't want to tell us?
I got a genius plan that I don't want leaked out that nobody else thought of yet. So, yeah, no.
That involves Kung Pao chicken in a mall food court?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's Kung Pao, sometimes it's churros. I think we did a Mongolian grill one time. I mean, I was like...
Wait.
What? Okay, so this is something that you do.
Yeah, man, it's just kind of my thing. It's what I do.
You use women for dates at the food court? But you paid, right? Who paid?
So I paid, man. It's all part of it.
What's part of it? I thought you had, I mean, from what Jaylene told us, you guys had a nice connection. You had good conversation on the phone. And you had a quick date in the mall food court that ended in a churro.
Yeah, that's all correct. That's how it went down. Can you think of a better plan?
Well, you keep sounding so sleazy about it. Like, hey, I got what I wanted. But I still don't see what you wanted out of it.
Do you just not like to eat alone at the food court? Like you feel bad about that or something?
All right, here's the deal. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Yes, very.
All right. I only date girls from cell phone providers because that way you can get all those discounts and those special deals.
What?
Like for cell phones, man. I mean, I only date girls from mall kiosks, man, because like they're easy. They always say yes. You just take them up to the food court. It costs like $15 for whatever, and then you get this $900 phone discount. I mean, I've dated 3 T-Mobiles. I've dated 2 Verizons, at least a half a dozen Sprints.
Oh, my God.
I mean, there was one Boost Mobile ended kind of badly, but like you get all the special deals, and like like I get plenty of lines from my crew. And, like, all my Christmas shopping is always done. And I get the newest, I like having the new stuff because, I got my rep to maintain. So I like having that stuff. And some of these companies, they'll pay you to switch. They give you hundreds of dollars just to switch. So, like, if I got to pay $15 to feed the chick, that's worth it, man.
I'm so conflicted right now because I really like that you're, like, using the cell phone companies because I hate them. But I don't want you to use a woman to do that.
Yeah, she lied to you.
Well, I don't just use one. I spread it out.
Yeah, women, plural, I guess. Did she give you a deal on a phone? Because she didn't mention anything about that.
Well, I mean, it didn't happen right away. Like, not after we had lunch at the food court. So I had to, it took a couple of days, like, talking to her on the phone. But eventually, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Hey, what the is going on?
Oh.
Wait, who's that? Hello?
Oh, that's Jaylene, Justin. She's on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm here, and I've heard every single thing that you said, and I could get in a lot of trouble giving you those discounts. So thanks. Awesome.
So you did give him one.
Yeah, I gave him one, but I didn't know he was using me. I mean, it's not like I gave it to him right away.
Yeah, and
at least you didn't give it up right away. Like a lot of women, they'll give it up right after the food court, but apparently you made him wait a couple days.
That's good.
Dude, we're laughing, but that's messed up. Jaylene, I'd be pissed if I were you too, man.
I am pissed off. I don't even know what to do right now.
Look, I didn't use you. I bought you lunch. I give
Oh
a
my
little,
God.
You give a little. Not a big deal. You're taking this way too seriously.
I wish that you would talk to me like this when you talk to me every single day, multiple times a day on the phone, because you sound like a douchebag.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I really wish this guy had been on the phone with me instead of whoever else you were playing.
Yeah, I don't really take life advice from people that work at kiosks.
Oh,
Wait, we should
You know
take
what,
life.
though? You know what, though? I don't take advice from guys that can't pay for their own cell phone bill instead of using girls to get discounts because they want an upgrade. Just buy the phone. Just work hard, buy the phone with your own money. That's disgusting.
Amen, Jaylene.
I don't got to, sweetheart. It's called using your head.
Oh my God,
You know what? You disgust me. And you know what? The Kung Pao chicken that you got me was actually cold, too. So.
Well, you still ate it, and you gave me the discount, so I'm happy.
I think I know the answer to this, but hey, Justin, would you want to go out with Jaylene again on a second date? We'll pay for it. I know you like free stuff, so get hooked up there.
Well, if she's still working at the kiosk, yeah, we can talk about maybe getting me a free upgrade.
Oh my gosh, you don't stop, do you?
Obviously, you're not that smart because I can go in and cancel your service anytime I want.
Oh!
And you're an idiot because I can report you, too.
All right, listen, honey, you ain't going to do that, because if you do, I'm going to tell your manager that you gave me the discount. And you're going to get in trouble and probably lose your job.
Oh, great. So now you're like blackmailing her or something. You're classy.
Ah, I don't blackmail people. I'm just saying there's a lot more kiosks where that came from, you know?
I think that's a risk I'm willing to take, Justin. I think that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Oh my God, Jaylene, don't even put any more energy into this dude.
No, him. He can prepare to have his service canceled at noon today.
Oh, dang.
That is a lot of power.
Yeah, I'm still confused. Do you guys not want to go out, or do you want to go out? Nobody ever answered my question.
I'm good. I'm all set. I do not need any more Kung Pao chicken. Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess enjoy your cell service while you have it, Justin.
Yeah, I got to go to the mall again today, then.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592 that says somebody should tell that guy that cell phone companies, they usually give you a discount sometimes if you just call up and say that you're unhappy with their service. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, this girl named Jaylene wanted to call a dude named Justin. They met at the mall. She works at a kiosk at the mall. And on that same day, he was like, "Where'd your break?" And she said when her break was. And then they met at the food court and shared some food, had a romantic time outside of Panda Express and all the other great establishments that the food court has to offer. And then they even talked on the phone for like a week, and then he just kind of went away. He stopped. He stopped talking to her. We got him on the phone and found out why. Apparently, this is what he does. He goes to the mall, meets a girl that works at a cell phone kiosk, wines and dines her. And by wines and dines, I mean goes get like a Diet Coke and a Cinnabon. And then he convinces them to give him a discount on cell phone service. Yeah. That's his thing.
He's so proud of his thing. That was what's odd to me. Like, aren't you kind of sad that you just can't, I don't know, pay for your cell phone coverage?
No, to him, he's a genius. He's smart.
Yeah, he didn't even want to tell us. He's like, I don't want people knowing my tricks.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I don't know, like maybe get a job?
Yeah, not that impressive.
No.
I mean, you know, it's always kind of wrong when you use somebody for something, but like people who are getting like cars and boats and trips around the world and things like that, pretty cool. But just getting a new phone, not necessarily that cool.
And he's not even getting them for free, I don't think. He's just getting a deal.
Yeah,
he's getting like an upgrade, like a cheap upgrade.
Yeah, he's still spending hundreds, I bet.
Oh,
Remember,
man, she threw in a free case.
That's true.
That's how they get you.
They decided not to go out again. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.